Research has shown that women who have had ovarian cancer have an increased risk of developing breast cancer. My name is Matt Smith, president of the Laurel Auto Group. When my mom started the Ann Harris Smith Foundation, she said, if we can help just one woman, then we have made a difference. Every year, we come together with a powerful mission to support and raise awareness for ovarian cancer, which is directly linked to breast cancer. Join us this October as we link with Pink to support breast cancer awareness in our communities.
Age your way and stay in the comfort of your home. Get medical care and so much more with the help of Senior Life. We offer customized health plans where seniors can access our life, health, and wellness centers and in-home care service. No out-of-pocket costs for those who qualify. Check your eligibility. Visit seniorlifepa.com. Age your way in your home with Senior Life.
No matter the season, we're always in full swing. When it comes to cutting-edge orthopedics and sports medicine, Conema Health System is your winning team. This all-star team is scrubbed and ready all year round. Whether you're sidelined by a sports injury, undergoing surgery, or dealing with a traumatic injury, Conema's team will get you back in the game. From life-saving trauma care to advanced orthopedic procedures, we're here to get you back to your best, no matter what life throws your way. Our MVPs, our surgeons, performing at their peak when every second counts. And our playmakers, those who make the valuable assists, our practitioners, our nurses, and our staff, ensuring you get the best care and stay on track toward your optimal recovery. When your health and mobility are on the line, we provide championship-level care because your health is our victory.
Day after day, the wheels are in motion. Our experienced team excels in custom designs and precise, skilled craftsmanship. We do it all, from start to finish, with pride in every detail, consistently delivering exceptional results.
While our commitment remains unchanged, much has evolved since our beginnings. We continually integrate new technology to ensure a smooth experience and high-quality finished projects. As certified kitchen designers, our dedication is to making your vision a reality. We bring your dream to life.
At the Laurel Auto Group, we're proud to give you more with the Laurel Advantage. Every new and pre-owned vehicle comes with our complimentary lifetime powertrain protection, windshield repair, paintless dent repair, key fob coverage, and now road hazard tire repair. Potholes, nails, unexpected blowouts, we've got you covered. More convenience, more coverage, more reasons to choose the Laurel Auto Group. Visit us at any one of our 7 locations or at laurelautogroup.com.
Every 23 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Hi, I'm Matt Smith, president of the Laurel Auto Group. When my mom started the Ann Harris Smith Foundation, she said, if we can help just one woman, then we have made a difference. This year, we're asking you to help us make that difference. Please take the time to learn the symptoms of ovarian cancer. Go to ovariancancerpledge.com today. Learn the symptoms, spread the word, and take the pledge.
For me, being a part of the 6 News team, it's a privilege. It's a responsibility not only to our viewers, but to those who came before us. Always showing up, following leads, getting both sides of the story. It's the foundation of 6 News, knowing we delivered on our promise to you. Coverage you can count on. I'm Jen Johnson. Thanks for choosing 6 News, and thank you for celebrating 75 years of WJAC TV with us.
Hi guys, how are you? Experience quality dental care at Family Dental Center. For over 33 years, Dr. John Walker has proudly served the Johnstown area and now welcomes Dr. Jesse Cooper to the practice. Together, they offer gentle, comprehensive care for every member of your family. Bright, confident smiles start here. Call today for your appointment. Family Dental Center, 307 State Street in Southmont.
At Allegheny Orthodontic Associates, your smile is our passion and your comfort is our priority. With a patient-centered approach and a history of making healthy, confident smiles, we'll give you the best smile yet. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to walk you through your treatment so that you have the confidence to be excited about the process and the outcome of the work that we do for you. Whether you're here for a first consultation or specialized treatments, we tailor a plan to fit your needs on your schedule.
For over a century, Thomas Automotive has been redefining the car buying experience. One person, from start to finish, you'll work with the same person with no transitions or turnovers. Upfront pricing. All of our vehicles are clearly marked with their best upfront price. Commission-free sales team. Our salespeople are not paid on the price you pay. Our team works for you, not a commission. Transparency in everything we do. Buy with confidence, drive with confidence. Thomas Automotive.
Here at the 5th Local Ale House and Eatery, we're proud to support Bishop McCourt Catholic High School athletics. From football and basketball to baseball and every sport in between, we're cheering on the Crushers this season and
defend your ride with Riemann Auto's All-Star Service. From state inspections, tires, brakes, and routine maintenance, Riemann Auto is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Riemann's highly trained mechanics will have you on the road and running safely. Score a winning drive with the top-notch maintenance and repair service. Riemann Auto wishes the Crushers all the best for a successful season.
Did you know that a single program has the potential to transform the way Bishop McCourt Catholic Academy is funded? The Educational Improvement Tax Credit, or EITC program, was designed to give people like you a powerful way to redirect the taxes you already owe into scholarships for our local students. We all have to pay taxes. Let us help you turn yours into something extraordinary. It's simple, it's easy, and it's impactful. Sign up today to turn your tax dollars into scholarships by visiting Redefine's website at www.redefiningeducation.org.
At Mission Critical Solutions, we're not just about metal. We're about precision, innovation, and excellence. From welding and machining to custom fabrication, our expert team ensures every detail meets the highest standards. What truly sets us apart are our specialty services, expert project management, streamlined supply chain solutions, and rigorous quality engineering. Mission Critical Solutions, where exceptional metalwork meets unparalleled expertise. Transform your vision into reality. Contact us today.
At First Summit Bank, we're more than just bankers. We're your neighbors, your friends, your partners through every step of life. And now we're helping you enjoy even more of life's moments with First Summit Bank's First Perks. With First Perks, you'll get exclusive discounts on shopping, dining, and entertainment just for being part of our community. Car trouble? No problem. Roadside assistance is just a tap away. Because at First Summit Bank, we're always here when you need us. Wherever life takes you, First Perks goes with you. Sign up today and start enjoying the perks of better banking. First Summit Bank, your community bank.
Every 23 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Hi, I'm Matt Smith, president of the Laurel Auto Group. When my mom started the Ann Harris Smith Foundation, she said, if we can help just one woman, then we have made a difference. This year, we're asking you to help us make that difference. Please take the time to learn the symptoms of ovarian cancer. Go to ovariancancerpledge.com today. Learn the symptoms, spread the word, and take the pledge.
Martella's family-owned pharmacy has been caring for you and about you since 1964. With 6 convenient locations, we're always here for you, providing personalized service that goes above and beyond. Martella's offers a wide range of services from free prescription delivery to being the only regional pharmacy to offer Medipack, organizing your medications in easy-to-tear-off packets. Martella's, caring for you and about you since 1964.
Research has shown that women who have had ovarian cancer have an increased risk of developing breast cancer. My name is Matt Smith, president of the Laurel Auto Group. When my mom started the Ann Harris Smith Foundation, she said, if we can help just one woman, then we have made a difference. Every year, we come together with a powerful mission to support and raise awareness for ovarian cancer, which is directly linked to breast cancer. Join us this October as we link with Pink to support breast cancer awareness in our communities.
Age your way and stay in the comfort of your home. Get medical care and so much more with the help of Senior Life. We offer customized health plans where seniors can access our life, health, and wellness centers and in-home care service. No out-of-pocket costs for those who qualify. Check your eligibility. Visit seniorlifepa.com. Age your way in your home with Senior Life.
No matter the season, we're always in full swing. When it comes to cutting-edge orthopedics and sports medicine, Conema Health System is your winning team. This all-star team is scrubbed and ready all year round. Whether you're sidelined by a sports injury, undergoing surgery, or dealing with a traumatic injury, Conema's team will get you back in the game. From life-saving trauma care to advanced orthopedic procedures, we're here to get you back to your best, no matter what life throws your way. Our MVPs, our surgeons, performing at their peak when every second counts. And our playmakers, those who make the valuable assists.
The Crushers have just entered the 5th local eatery and ale house, Red Zone.
3rd down and 10, big sequence here with 4 minutes left. In
mobility are on the line. We provide championship level care because your health is our victory.
The Crushers have just entered the 5th local eatery and ale house, Red Zone.
3rd down and 10, big sequence here with 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Faribault back to pass. He's going deep, and it's caught by number 8 for Bishop McCourt. Touchdown!
Butler is after Yatsky, and he takes Yatsky and takes him to the mat.
Yes, it's a strike, and that's the inning.
An amazing block by Berkebau, and that brings the Crusher student body to their feet.
Oh, look, we got Cammie Bepler and Angelo Gallucci. What a beautiful couple. They both look amazing.
He's across the 50. He's across the 40. He's going to go. Don't look back. Keep going. Keep 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusher.
If you'd like to be a part of the Crusher Sports Network, contact Jesse Varga for more details.
For me, being a part of the 6 News team, it's a privilege. It's a responsibility not only to our viewers, but to those who came before us. Always showing up, following leads, getting both sides of the story. It's the foundation of 6 News, knowing we delivered on our promise to you. Coverage you can count on. I'm Jen Johnson. Thanks for choosing 6 News, and thank you for celebrating 75 years of WJAC TV with us.
Hi guys, how are you?
Experience quality dental care at Family Dental Center. For over 33 years, Dr. John Walker has proudly served the Johnstown area and now welcomes Dr. Jesse Cooper to the practice. Together, they offer gentle, comprehensive care for every member of your family. Bright, confident smiles start here. Call today for your appointment. Family Dental Center, 307 State Street in Southmont.
At Allegheny Orthodontic Associates, your smile is our passion and your comfort is our priority. With a patient-centered approach and a history of making healthy, confident smiles, we'll give you the best smile yet. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to walk you through your treatment so that you have the confidence to be excited about the process and the outcome of the work that we do for you. Whether you're here for a first consultation or specialized treatments, we tailor a plan to fit your needs on your schedule.
Defend your ride with Riemann Auto's All-Star Service. From state inspections, tires, brakes, and routine maintenance, Riemann Auto is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Riemann's highly trained mechanics will have you on the road and running safely. Score a winning drive with the top-notch maintenance and repair service. Riemann Auto wishes the Crushers all the best for a successful season.
Did you know that a single program has the potential to transform the way Bishop McCourt Catholic Academy is funded? The Educational Improvement Tax Credit, or EITC program, was designed to give people like you a powerful way to redirect the taxes you already owe into scholarships for our local students. We all have to pay taxes. Let us help you turn yours into something extraordinary. It's simple, it's easy, and it's impactful. Sign up today to turn your tax dollars into scholarships by visiting Redefine's website at www.redefiningeducation.org.
At Mission Critical Solutions, we're not just about metal. We're about precision, innovation, and excellence. From welding and machining to custom fabrication, our expert team ensures every detail meets the highest standards. What truly sets us apart are our specialty services, expert project management, streamlined supply chain solutions, and rigorous quality engineering. Mission Critical Solutions, where exceptional metalwork meets unparalleled expertise. Transform your vision into reality. Contact us today.
Good morning and welcome to the Crusher Sports Network. We are streaming live from Altoona High School Fieldhouse for the PIAA District 6 Competitive Spirit Championships. This championship will feature 14 teams from throughout the region. Bringing you today's action is yours truly, Jeannie Feathers, along with Tracy Kuntz and our stream producer, Tim Hornick. Welcome, guys.
Hi, Jeannie. Happy to be here.
Tim, always good to have you on board. You know what, it looks like we have, 14 teams coming through today.
That's right, Jeannie. We have co-ed divisions as well as teams in the 3A division and 2A division.
So there's going to be a lot of cheerleading action coming on. Right now, this event is a qualifier for the PIAA State Championship, which will be held at the First Summit Arena. I have to get it right. Summit Arena, formerly the Memorial Arena in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. That will be on January 9th and 10th. This will be the first year that it's in Johnstown.
Yeah, they're excited about that over there at the First Summit Arena. From today's championship, all of our first place teams in the 2A, 3A, and co-ed division will receive automatic bids to the championship, and the next 6 highest scorers after that. So 9 teams from today's championship will be earning those coveted bids to the PIAA Competitive Spirit Championship.
You know, and it seems like a natural progression that it should eventually, we've always gone to the Giant Center in Hershey, but the majority of the teams, I would say, and you would probably say too, come from Western Pennsylvania. So the fact that it's a little bit closer to home not only let us a lot more hometown viewers come to see the event, but also is a cost savings for a lot of the teams in the area.
It sure is. We're looking forward to that, and the District 6 area has always had a very strong presence at the PIAA competitive spirit since the competitive spirit adopted that back in July 1st of 2012. So 13 years.
And for how many years did we hear people say cheerleading's not a sport?
Well,
and then the PIAA came through and made it happen.
The only people that say that have never done it.
We had one of our administrators at one point had said to me, I think that the cheerleaders train harder than any other sport in this school, and I would probably put money on that. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not like when I was in high school, which was what, 10 years ago?
No. Oh yeah, right. 10 sounds good, Jeannie.
10, 11 years ago. At that point, they were basically game cheerleaders, and just knew sis boom ball on the sidelines. These girls train 12 months out of the year, tumbling, and not only are they involved in high school sports, many, if not most of these girls also participate in all-star cheerleading, which you know very well.
Yeah, and a lot of these kids also participate on their school's volleyball teams, soccer teams, softball and track team. They're multi-sport athletes. I myself was a multi-sport athlete and played softball in college, so that was my passion.
Little known fact I didn't know. See?
Yeah,
Tim, you hear something every day.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Today is a learning day for me.
Today is a learning day for
I think
Tim.
today's going to be a learning day for all of us, being that this is the first time that anybody has ever done a live broadcast from this event.
From this cheerleading.
From cheerleading, and we're doing we're going to do some play-by-play type action, and
now, the Crusher Sports Network, of course, we go through all the sports, or most of the sports that come through Bishop McCourt. But this gives us the opportunity to expand into cheerleading locally, and I think it's a great idea. It's what's really nice about these streaming, and I think that anybody that's viewing would agree. It gives the opportunity for grandparents, people that are unable to get to the events, or actually maybe in Florida for the winter, the opportunity to watch their grandchildren, their nieces, their nephews, their children participate in things that they may not be able to go to. So
absolutely, parents might be working today, but they're able to put it on their phone and
put it in there, put us in their ear.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's great for the kids too, because a lot of them probably watch it back themselves. In other sports you have huddle and huddle sideline and things like that, and the kids will watch tape that way. But I know from my perspective, I coach football and I work with a lot of our athletes in basketball and the other sports. They'll watch back our streams for a different angle, for a different view, so they can, one, enjoy watching themselves compete, but also you can learn a lot by watching your tape. So our kids, I know they do that, and I'll bet you a lot of these kids, when they learn about this stream, they'll watch their routines and their performances back.
Well, Tim, I thought they were just watching back to hear me, but thanks for
tune
breaking
in.
that bubble. Hey, as we always do at Bishop McCourt, before we start any event, before we do anything in our school, we always pray. So I'd like to start out today's event with our sportsmanship prayer. Strong and faithful God, the giver of the fullness of life, as we come together for this contest, we ask that you bless these athletes, coaches, officials, and all gathered here. Keep these young people safe from injury and harm, and instill in them respect for each other and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All right, let's go. One of the things I always do to you is I always talk a little bit about the officials in all sports. If you are listening or know someone that has a penchant for like any sport, lacrosse, wrestling, volleyball, basketball, that they would like to be an official for the PIAA, we are in desperate need of officials across the state in all sports. So please, 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 it's a little extra money in your pocket, and you're making a difference in a young athlete's life. So please, if you're interested in being a PIAA official, go to the PIAA website, click on the link that says Become an Official, and do something good. Something good.
Jeannie, I teach a class at my school. It's called Sports Media and Leadership, and one of the things that opened up for us last year was opportunity for my students to get trained as officials, and they could do junior high games and stuff like that.
That's
so
awesome.
It's not just for adults now. They're allowing it for teenage high school students, a chance to earn some cash,
a little bit of extra cash, and they're really making a difference. And I know that there were times, and Tim, you can, if I'm wrong on this, I think there were times last year during the football season that that other schools had to schedule Thursday games because they couldn't find officials to do
There's a
Friday and
major
Saturday.
increase in that. We had several happening across the District 6 area, as well as if you go out into western Pennsylvania to the Whipple and, even to the conferences out towards Harrisburg and Philadelphia, there is a major shortage and it affects it, and the kids do not get to have their experience unless there's officials to officiate those competitions. And another thing, I think your class that you mentioned is awesome. That's a great idea. There are actually a lot of colleges that are starting to have that as well, where they'll have a course kids can take to help prepare them for those tests. And, it's something you can do over break. It's something you can do over summer with summer basketball and things like that. And like you said, it's a good way to put some money in your pocket. It's a good way to stay a part of your sport. Unfortunately, after high school athletics ends, sometimes it's the last time you're going to get to compete. It's the last time that sport's going to be a part of your life. So as an official, it's a great way to keep that sport in your life.
Well, Tracy, I see Bellefonte standing out in the hall. They're going to be getting called out, I would think, in the next 5 minutes. So we have a little bit of time. Let's take a break from the Crusher Sports Network.
At First Summit Bank, we're more than just bankers. We're your neighbors, your friends, your partners through every step of life. And now we're helping you enjoy even more of life's moments with First Summit Bank's First Perks. With First Perks, you'll get exclusive discounts on shopping, dining, and entertainment just for being part of our community. Car trouble? No problem. Roadside assistance is just a tap away. Because at First Summit Bank, we're always here when you need us. Wherever life takes you, First Perks goes with you. Sign up today and start enjoying the perks of better banking. First Summit Bank, your community bank.
Okay, we are back. They're doing just an introduction. I think they'll probably, as soon as the introduction is over, go to play the Pledge of Allegiance. At that point, we will go silent so that everyone can respect the men and women that are serving our country and the people that are keeping us safe every day. God bless them. We were fortunate enough to have the teams that are participating, the coaches filled out little forms that gave us a lot of information. So Tracy will be able to fill you guys in as the teams are coming out on a lot of information that they gave us, which is really gives you a little background on each of the teams. We have a really good layout of teams here today, so I'm excited to watch them all.
Yes.
Rules and regulations. She's going over them all.
Coaches, please certify to the contest officials that your contestants are legally equipped and uniformed according to NFAC.
The athletes were just hearing from Molly. She is the PIAA District 6 representative.
Molly Hoover, yeah.
Molly Hoover, yes. District representative.
She does a great job. She organizes all of this, and she's very communicative with the coaches, which is, I think, paramount in a competition like this. So everyone knows what's going on at all times. I would think we're probably going to get started with the national anthem soon.
I think that is what the DJ is over there pulling up now.
Well, guess what? That's not the national anthem.
That's not.
It might be the national anthem of New Jersey. I think that's.
Gets the people going.
Gets them going.
That's
and coming out, getting in the on deck area is Bellefonte High School.
All right, we got the Bellefonte Red Raiders getting ready to come to the floor. They are under the leadership of Skip Headings, who has been there for 22 years. 22 years as the head coach. That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Hat off to him for his commitment to the Bellefonte cheerleading program, and his assistants, Andrea Patterson and Joshua Widener.
Like I said, this is a learning experience for me. I'm not by any means a cheer expert. Has co-ed cheerleading been going on as long as just competitive cheerleading in general? I know you guys mentioned that it's fairly new to the PIAA, and by fairly new, 15, 20 years, but
Well,
still.
Tim, in fact, males were the first cheerleaders.
Oh.
That's how it started.
You missed your chance.
It was males back in the day that started it, but it was something that did not catch on here till a couple, not that long ago.
Yeah.
But still we have a majority of our teams are all girl teams, but our first team out today is going to be Bellefonte, and they.
Well, I know a lot of colleges on their teams, or at least for their sideline. And again, I don't know cheer very well. I'm learning, but I know they'll recruit former athletes, especially football players, or anyone that have that Olympic lifting and the strength and the forearm build, especially forearm and core, to help lift the girls up. I know we have some alumni, Mr. Smith's daughter, that she does one-on-one partner with a.
Yeah, she was a Ohio State cheerleader, and both of the girls were Ohio State cheerleaders.
And I think a lot of
them
are
partner
former
study.
athletes
Yep.
or football players, or other. If they didn't have the opportunity to cheer in high school as males, but I believe a lot of them are former athletes as far as football goes.
All right, looks like we're going to get started, Trace.
They're doing their little pep-up cheer to take the mat. This team is under the leadership of captains Allie Baumgartner and Brooke Swanger.
All right, here comes the Red Raiders.
All right, they're taking the floor. They're going to get their signs placed where they need them and their flags and megaphones. Their goal today is to hit a solid routine and represent BHS with pride. So the Raiders started off with their cheer. Now they'll move into their music section, and you'll see some teams who start with the music. Nice full twist across the front and a cartwheel full in the center. Great tumbling. Now it looks like they're going to step into a stunt here. Five extensions. Rewind down there on 4 of them. Loading in here to a pyramid here. Nice and solid.
Get up there. There you go.
Good recovery back there. Inversion up to prep level. A little trouble on the left side there. See if they can get it back here.
Nice.
They're loading into an inversion here for their pyramid section. Little trouble on the left side there. Right side, very solid. All right, great job, Bellefonte. They've started off the District 6 competition with a pretty solid routine, Jeannie.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Good way to get started. Our next team up is going to be Altoona. Before we get into Altoona, I want to give a little shout out to the music players. the people that stand over there. That's something that there is no way that I would do that.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a
lot of pressure.
You push the wrong button, they're done. So
Yeah.
I needed. I felt like I need to do a shout out for the music players.
The unsung heroes.
They are the unsung
Especially the
heroes.
teams that have the music that starts and stops and starts and stops. And you see their hand over there shaking, and it's like,
yeah. Okay, now we have Altoona High School. They are a 3A large varsity team.
So Altoona is under the direction of Autumn Berry Kyle. She has been their leader for 5 years, and the assistant is Kayla Sines. This team has 24 members, so it's the number of athletes is what differentiates between the large varsity and small varsity. But here at the PIAA, what the small and large in 2A will compete against each other for bids, and the small and large teams in 3A will compete against each other for bids. So team size really doesn't have anything to do with today's bids. It's school size.
Yeah.
School size.
School size.
So this team has 4 seniors, 10 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 7 freshmen. Heavy on the juniors here.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I do want to give a shout out real quick to the Altoona High School athletic department and their AD. They have done a very welcoming job for us coming here, along with the District 6. So we want to thank them for all of their help and being so, especially our maintenance guy who brought us
that table. He was the hero.
Tables,
he's my hero.
Chairs.
Absolutely.
All right.
Altoona does a great job. They really do.
These cheerleaders don't just practice and then cheer on other teams. They also are very into their community service. And one of the things that this Altoona team does is they perform for SHAPE Pennsylvania at the Blair County Convention Center for all the health and phys ed teachers across the state.
All right.
So that's something that they get to do.
That's awesome. It's a big school. Nice facility.
Yeah. Beautiful
newer
facility over
facilities
here.
too. They've redone a lot in recent years, and they've done a great job. And it's an historic facility too. It used to, Altoona, their Mansion Park facility used to host the PIAA football championships.
Yeah.
This campus gives me college vibes when I pull in.
Yep. Yeah,
I would agree.
absolutely.
Yeah,
because so many disjunctured buildings.
It's not a building.
Yep.
It's a campus.
Yeah, it's a campus. It's a beautiful over here at Altoona. So this Altoona team is led by their captains, Kenzie Wilt and Serenity Hogans, and they're great leaders and role models for the underclassmen.
So if those listening that are not cheerleading people, you'll know that there will be a delay after each team till the judges get their scores in. So there's always a little bit of wait until they're able to tabulate and make sure that all of their scoring is done accurately. So
what is the process for a cheerleading judge? Is it different than a PIAA official, or is that more of I know the UCA organization type of thing, or how does that work with the PIAA and judging?
Yeah, so most of these judges go through the UCA judging certification process where they're taught the ins and outs of the scoring guidelines and deductions and routine composition and things like that, and how to properly score a routine. So, cheerleading's a bit different. There's no scoreboard. It's more subjective.
You find out later.
But there's also, you find out at the end after a couple, maybe an hour of deliberation or whatever. But there is a grid in the cheerleading world that these coaches follow, and skills are ranked from, easy to harder skills. And you try to put in your routines, the skills that you can do well and execute well. And you're going to see teams today who are going to be doing some skills more towards the top of the grid. And you'll see some teams who are going to be doing all of their skills from the bottom of the grid with very difficult routines here. One thing about District 6 is they're no slouch in the cheerleading world, that's for sure.
No.
They got many teams in this district who are ranked in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So
we mentioned a PIAA official shortage. How is that in the cheer world? Is there a shortage of UCA judges, or is that somewhere where you guys seem to not really worry about as much?
Every once in a while you run into a shortage when there's multiple events booked at the same time. So here comes the Altoona team. They're rallying, getting everything set.
How many girls are on the floor? 20.
As soon as I find my paper.
Looks like 24.
24, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Depends on my counting ability.
It's supposed to be 24. Started out with some tumbling there. Five basket tosses. Cute transition into their first stun there. Up to a Liberty, extending it to an arabesque. Great voices out there by the Altoona team. Moving into a pyramid section here. Front will flip and reloading back up to the Liberty at the top. Very cleanly executed. Outside, do a release move to the prone position. And roll out. Very nice, Altoona. Now they get to have some fun in their little dance section. All right, that was the Mountain Lions from Altoona. Well, they said they wanted to go out and do their best and have fun, and I think they did that.
Absolutely.
They looked like they were having fun, and that routine was pretty solid.
Now, on that grid for scoring, is synchronization a part of that? Because that's one of the things that always, as an outsider, has always impressed me a lot is, I know you guys have your counts and things like that I'll never understand because I have zero rhythm. But I know that it's really impressive when everything is happening all at the exact same time, and it's all in unison.
Absolutely, Tim. Synchronization is paramount in a cheer routine, and that's, you want your athletes to look like one unit out there, all moving and doing the same thing. It's a true team sport.
We always had to say whenever I played ball, 11 is 1 in our football program. Our coach really pressed that on us, and I'd assume that's the same thing in the cheerleading world.
Absolutely. You take away one little person from that pyramid and the whole thing falls. So there's no bench, there's no substitutes, there's no timeouts. It's 2.5 minutes of go. And whenever those mishaps or mistakes happen, you got to push through, and you just hope that your team recovers and they can move on to the next part and leave it right there.
So you mentioned 2.5 minutes. Is there a minimum, a maximum for
Yeah,
routines?
There's a minimum on cheer. There's a minimum on a music section, and there's a minimum on the cheer section. And the guidelines are very precise, and there's a deduction if you do not follow the guidelines for time.
Okay. So that part's on the coaches then.
Absolutely. Sometimes your athletes might get a little long in your cheer, and they might say the words too slow. But the music portion is pretty easy to keep on time, because the beats per minute should never change.
Now, do you find that the guidelines are similar across the board? I don't know what familiarity there is with the guidelines for cheer in other states, or as well as I know a lot of you all go to the national competitions. Disney World's a major one. Are the guidelines typically the same from PIAA to there, or do you have to tweak some things?
For District 6, for these athletes that will be going on to the UCA National High School Cheerleading Championship, their rules are the same, but the rules across the country are not the same for every state. Every state.
Yeah, am I right? Like Ohio has they used to have like a non-tumbling or
non-tumbling, yeah, and then some states say no basket tosses, some states say no twisting. There's different rules.
Do you think those are safety perspectives?
Absolutely, yeah. And then like the cheer portion is also something that differs. You'll see a very crowd-oriented UCA style here. Sometimes it's what I call, some teams tell a story, where their words are very fast and there's a cadence and there's not crowd interaction. But the motions are very intricate and precise. But this cheer section is scored with the signs, with the megaphones, with the flags, leading your crowd. All of that is judged.
That's one thing I really think is really great about cheer is that crowd involvement that it naturally brings in, and then the way the athletes support one another. You're competing against each other, and I know I probably wasn't very good at this or would have been very good at this whenever I was competing, but you can see even in the camera feed all these different other teams. They're there and you see them chanting along, you see them cheering along. I think you all see each other so often, you learn each other's cheers, and it seems, in a sense, as much as you want to win and compete against your opponents, everyone is also supporting and taking part in those cheers right there along the mat with those they're competing against.
Absolutely, Tim. All of these athletes are trained equally as hard as each other. So I think it's just mutual respect. And in any competition, you just want every team to go out and do their absolute best. And then you get a winner from everybody doing their best, and that's a great competition. These athletes never wish anybody to do poorly on the mat. You want every team, they work hard at this, and you're in the same boat with everybody, so you want everybody to be successful.
All right, well, it does look like the Crushers are getting ready to go out.
All right, we're going to have the Crushers coming out here, and they are led by veteran coach, Dr. John Walker, 37 years.
Good Lord.
37 years, and I think he followed his mom.
Yeah, yes, he
did.
So
his Mary Lou was the head coach many, many years before he took over, and he had a great role model and great leader to follow. Big shoes to fill, Mary Lou did a great job. His assistants are Jeannie Feathers, Lacey Ott, Nathaniel Calloway, Christy Clifford, Megan Gordon, Gabby Slago, and Becky Riblett. They're going to be putting 19 athletes on the floor, 3 seniors, 3 juniors, 8 sophomores, and 5 freshmen. This team did place 5th at the PIAA state championship last year, but they have a very storied career here with 9 times District 6 champs and 6-time PIAA champs. Their goal today is to hit 0 and regain that title. So let's see what these Crushers are going to put on the mat today.
All right, girls.
Beautiful hand full down the middle, starting with some standing tumbling there. Well, Tim, there was that synchronization you talked about. Those toe touches were incredibly together. Conversion up to the top, solid.
There we go.
Rewind down. Great start for the Crushers. All those tumbling passes landing on their feet, very solid. Full twisting switch up to the top, solid. Their mini pyramid here. Ticking by some. Had a sign upside down over there. They got the message from the coaching staff. Boy, this team is demanding your attention out there leading this cheer.
Strong cheer.
Listen to that crowd. Excellent crowd participation by the Crusher fans. Little trouble on the left side there. Let's see him get it back here. Switch up. Saved it there. Good job, girls. Moving into their pyramid here. Inversion half up.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Way to get that ending back, ladies. Good job.
A little bit of trouble there on the left-hand side, but they recovered well.
They did
Very
recover.
solid recovery. That's one thing that really impresses me is how quickly all the girls on all these teams do to recover once they recognize it. You keep going. You can't just stop, and they do a great job of going on.
One of the things that it's always amazing to me is that other sports don't understand is how collective teamwork is in cheerleading. Like if you have somebody that has an injury or somebody that has the flu or whatever, you have to adjust. And
I think that might be what we saw out there today. I think they had an injured athlete who had to modify some of her skills, but yet the show must go on.
The show must go on.
I'd like to give a shout out to their captains, Sadie Instone, Layla Magro, and Amaya Harris, senior leaders for the Crushers. We'll be moving on to our State College Little Lions.
I think something that gets lost on a lot of people too in the cheer world is you all mentioned the time that they put into training and year-round training and things like that, but their involvement in the other sports. I know our girls last night we had a crew at our basketball game. Our boys played Somerset, and I'm sure all these other teams, they had girls. They do basketball games. They'll come out. They do both girls and boys. They'll go to wrestling events. They'll go to football events. So it's year-round supporting those other sports and supporting those other teams. And it's the night before a competition. You have a basketball game where you're at the school till 10 o'clock, and then you got to be up in time to get yourself together and get yourself to Altoona for a competition today. So I think the time they put into the other programs in a school sometimes doesn't get the recognition that it deserves.
Yeah, Jeannie, you can speak to the McCourt Community Service. I know they do several cancer events.
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of community events, and I think Tim can attest to this. If anybody needs help with anything, one of the first teams they call is the cheerleaders because they're always stepping up to do it. Yeah, we do a lot of events. We've had some issues at the school with a few of our students have passed, etc. And the cheerleaders always step up and really come to bat when there's any kind of an emergency. We do a lot of community service, a lot of school and community service.
Yeah, I saw that you guys do that flamingo flocking and painting the town
breast
teal.
cancer thing.
Yeah,
We do turn the town teal, the breast cancer awareness that all the cheerleading teams do in the region, which is awesome. I'm trying to think. Why do I think it was like $40-some thousand that we raised this year for the Joyce Murtha Center?
Wow, that's incredible.
So yeah, not us individually. I'm saying collectively
with the other teams in the area. What a great lesson for these kids.
Oh, and then
giving back to their communities
and
like
especially these female-oriented diseases. It's
yes,
something that we're very proud of that we're able to do.
Well, the State College Little Lions are coming up, and they will be competing in the 3A division.
Small varsity,
3A. They have 11 athletes who will be taking the floor. No seniors on this team.
That's a young team.
And so they got a bright future here at 4 juniors, 6 sophomores, 4 freshmen. Last year, they won the co-ed division, but they are an all-girl this year. So,
wow.
And they placed 7th at states last year in the co-ed division. And, their goal is to hit clean. And they were co-ed until 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And the coach said that they were, so lots of changes.
Again, they had to adjust.
And change the whole routine around. And
I mean,
that's not easy.
It's not, and you've been through that.
It's not easy, and not just anybody can do it.
And quite honestly, I've seen, and I know you've seen, where we'd be back at warm-ups, let's say at nationals or states, and there's an injury. and maybe it's an injury that they can't go out. You have to adjust right away to get them out. Now, a lot of times the competition will adjust their time and maybe put you a little later. But again, like you said, the show has to go on.
The show must go on, and the adversity that these kids are able to deal with on the fly.
That's one of the best benefits of being an athlete at a young age is, learning to deal with adversity, because it's going to come along in life no matter who you are, where you grow up, and where you end up. And as an athlete, you as a team, you face adversity, you work through it together, and it benefits students whenever they grow up and they get into that real world.
I know and myself at the All-Star Gym I work at, our motto is, when you leave here, the least important thing you're going to take with you is cheerleading skills.
Yep. And, and we're not afraid to say Turner's has been an institution in the all-star world around the Johnstown region for many, many years. And as one of the owners of that gym, I think that you've seen a lot through your years.
Absolutely. And, the whole District 6 area has some incredible cheerleading and incredible coaching.
Yep.
We're very fortunate because it's not like this everywhere.
No, it isn't. It isn't. And I think I said at the beginning of the program, a lot of these girls not only cheer at high school, they cheer in all-star cheerleading programs, and as you said, maybe are 2 or 3 sport athletes. And so when you think about these girls are actually holding girls that are well over 100 pounds above their head, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's teamwork, it's technique,
Yep.
There's a lot of strength and explosion into it. I know, I'm sure a lot of these girls are in the weight room. I know our girls in the summer times and throughout the school year, they spend time in a weight room, training.
Here we go.
Starting out with their music section. Power up to an extension. Pop down, very clean. Got to switch up to the lid. Tick on the left side. We set up for their pyramid. Switch up Liberty. Pop down, very solid. Standing tumbling now, they're going to move into some running tumbling here. Got some round up handsprings and a beautiful round up handspring full down the center. Mixed in with some cartwheel tucks and a cartwheel full. Man, she is a powerful tumbler. Great job. Did those signs light up, Gina?
Yes. That was the whole light up.
I was going to ask that question.
Cool. There's only 11 on the map, but their voice projection is fantastic.
Yeah.
Little dance section here. Looks like they're having a lot of fun out there. Moving into their final pyramid section here. They got a real solid routine going. Inversion. Pop up to the prep. Extend it into the full. Good job. Ball up to lib. Switch to lib. They nailed that ending.
Nice
Great
ending,
job.
Nice ending. We talked about the strength of their voices in the cheer, and when you had McCourt out before them, how strong that cheer was. The importance of the crowd is something that you can't deny. If you have all your parents and your aunts and uncles and all your students there cheering along with you, it not only makes the girls be more vocal, but it really makes a difference in the atmosphere.
Absolutely. You know, in basketball, they call it the sixth man. It doesn't really have a name in cheerleading, but that crowd can really energize that team and help. You know, when you're getting into 2 minutes in that routine, the endurance, it starts to take a toll.
Takes its toll.
And that crowd can really energize and help propel them through the rest of that routine. So, yeah, the State College fans there did a great job of helping project and yell that cheer with their teams. Looks like we got the Purchase Line Red Dragons up next. They are in the 2A division. So we went from State College, who was 3A.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to Purchase Line, who is 2A. And like I said, Jeannie, these teams are all here to compete for the 9 bids that they're going to hand out. There will be 1 automatic bid to a co-ed team, 1 automatic bid to the winning 2A team, and to the winning 3A team. And then the next 6 highest scores will get the next 6 coveted bids to the PIAA Spirit. So not all the teams here are going to leave today with a bid.
Yep, and again, that will be at the First Summit Arena in Johnstown, January 9th and 10th. That is a Friday and Saturday. We're really excited that it's a local-led.
It's in District 6, yeah.
It's in District 6. You cannot beat that. So, and I believe it's a 3-year contract. So
it
they'll
is
be
a
there.
3-year contract.
They'll be there for 3 years. So that's exciting.
Yeah, they are very excited over there at the First Summit Arena. They have been doing several cheerleading competitions.
Yes,
over the past couple years. Yeah, we just had
you're well aware of that competition was last Sunday.
Yeah, that was the first one, and it went fantastic. And we are already excited and planning next year's 814 championship. But the First Summit Arena was very accommodating and helpful and helped make it such a success, their staff over there.
Well, we have a second. I'm going to read a couple of our corporate sponsors outside of the sponsors that we've been showing on the air. We have Ameriserve Financial, Walker Cooper Family Dental Center, Laurel Auto Group, HF Lens Company, Allegheny Orthodontic Associates, Martellus Pharmacy, Redefined Advisors, Senior Life, McEnany Brothers, Metz Culinary Services, WJAC TV, Nico's Restaurant, Harris Financial, Young Guns Wrestling Club, First Summit Bank, Sunseekers Tanning Studios, and Game Day Apparel. So we want to thank those corporate sponsors that make this all possible on the Crusher Sports.
Yeah, those corporate sponsors are imperative to the success of this Crusher Sports Network.
Yes.
You guys had to pay a fee to be here today, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So you're paying to broadcast, to bring a service to everybody at home.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, and that's awesome of what you guys do at the Crusher Sports Network. Bringing this to people at home that have a chance to watch it and tune in, and
we try our best.
You guys do a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I myself have tuned in several times to watch some of your events and games, and I enjoy listening to you all. You guys do a great job.
Well,
I
we
know your
really
student
enjoy
body's
it.
involved in some
Yep.
courtside things, so
yeah,
that's what I was telling.
When you involve students in it, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
All right, here we go with Purchase Line.
Under the direction of Jennifer Beer, her assistants are Larissa Eisenberg, Nikki Warnett, Marley Fyock, Tish Roduk, and Joy Hughes. Got 11 athletes out there. 2 of them are seniors, no juniors. 3 sophomores and 6 freshmen. We got a young team out here.
Young team.
That's exciting for a program.
Absolutely. Great use of those signs and pom-poms in that section to finish out their cheer. Moving into their music section here. clean standing tumbling by those two ladies. Switch up there. Another switch to a skill stretch. Pull up to the prep level there by both groups. And a front flip dismount. There's a cute transition. Ball up to a split here. She's going to flip around.
There you go.
And then up to the top. Switch up to the top.
Nice.
Another tick to the stretch. Got a front flip there. They're still connected. Looks like they're going to end here with a little fun dance and a running tumbling pass. Round up handspring layout.
All right. Nice job, Purchase Line.
Well, their goal was to hit clean. I think
they achieved their goal.
They did. You know, you're going to see a lot of different difficulty here throughout the day from teams. What I really appreciate about Purchase Line routine is they kept doing the skills that they were trained to perform successfully.
And they did it well.
And they did it very well. They weren't trying skills that were out of their range and falling all over the place, and that's an awesome job by those coaches putting together a routine like that. Great job for their athletes. And a young team, they're
only going to get better.
They're going to get better. Heavy on the sophomores and freshmen. So
that makes a big difference.
I think we'll be seeing Purchase Line here for many years to come here.
Many years, for sure.
Yeah, speaking of community service for all of our teams, these guys they volunteer in an Easter spring community service, and they do something really cool. I thought they make homemade greeting cards and donate spring decorations, and they visit the home and they deliver these homemade cards and decorations to these people that are living at the home.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
I think that is awesome.
Especially this time of year. What a wonderful thing. This is Mifflin County coming in. They are a 3A team. I have to say, I have never seen this team before. Have I? I don't think I have.
I didn't see them this year.
I haven't seen them this year.
I haven't seen them this year for sure.
So this will be an exciting thing because I haven't. It's always fun when you get to see a routine that you haven't seen.
Yes.
Already.
So the Mifflin County Huskies, they're coached by Jennifer Johnson for 5 years, and her assistants are Sydney Barlett and Isabella Laver. They're going to be bringing 15 athletes to the floor, 2 of which are seniors, 5 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. So their goal today is to get a bid to states.
Oh, good.
So we'll see if the Mifflin County Huskies can do just that today.
I think the judges are still going through some things. I'll do a few more of our sponsors. The Haven, McElwain Bus and Charter, Thomas Buick GMC, Rizzo's Restaurant, and Brett Insurance. Formica's Kitchen Design and Contracting, Randy's Bilo, Brett Insurance, Modern Art and Plate Glass, Riemann Auto Sales and Service, the 5th Local Ale House and Eatery, MCS Fabrication and Machining, Capri Restaurant and Catering in Westmont, and Allegheny Field Services. All right. Judges are still down. I see pencils down there still working, so they're still working hard. We're getting some texts from some of our listeners. Thanks for listening, everyone. We appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Yeah, this is our first time doing this, and I'm having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
It's making the.
We have great seats.
Yeah, we do. We probably have the best seats in the house up here.
Absolutely. That's a good thing. Again, we want to thank Altoona Area High School for their hospitality, helping us get set up and getting everything ready to go. And Molly Hoover, the District 6 and PIAA cheerleading guru, who puts this all together. They do a great job, so
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
The event is very organized and well run, and it's going smooth. I will learn next time. Heat rises, and I really probably should
Yeah, this isn't my
You're
first.
I'm the rookie.
This
I'm the
isn't my
rookie.
first
Live and
rodeo.
learn, right?
I have a small I have a T-shirt on. I know.
You'll need the layers when we go back outside here.
Yeah.
I know that the weather is coming, the storm is coming, so it's I believe between now and Monday, 3 to 6 is what the projection is. So.
And you know what that means, Tim? I'm going to hit Mass tonight, and then I'm going to put on my pajamas, and I will be watching Hallmark movies all day tomorrow.
Hallmark movies,
How's that?
the days of
That
Christmas.
sounds like a day.
That
Judy.
is a day in your jammies watching the movies.
Right on.
We actually have a Christmas movie night tonight for the elementary school.
And what are we
We're having
playing?
it at the high school. I believe Home Alone won the votes. I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed. Me and my friend Mr. Baker, we were rooting for A Muppet's Christmas Carol, but it did not get the love that we were hoping for on the vote.
I voted for the Santa Claus.
No, Santa Claus not bad. But I believe Home Alone, so a classic. We're hoping to get some kids. Hopefully the weather doesn't deter things. But it's a really cool event. We usually end up with 50 to 60 of our elementary kids come. They come in their pajamas. We're very fortunate some of our high school students will come down and serve hot chocolate and popcorn and things like that. So it's a really cool community, bring the elementary and the high school together event.
I love that. That's excellent. Speaking of events, our music department is having, our music and fine arts department is having their Christmas concert on Monday night at 6 o'clock. I will be there. It is both our elementary and high school chorus, band, orchestra, and dance ensemble.
Yes.
We'll all be performing in the high school, in the Guzzi Performing Arts Center at the high school. That's Monday night at 6.
Second grade through 12th grade for that concert. It's we haven't done one with all the grades together. We've done in the past an elementary night and then a high school night. This time we're going to try having 2nd through 12th grade all together in one night, and it's really exciting. And we actually have elementary campus art all throughout the lobby right now too, as a little art museum for part of that concert Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be there.
Tis the season, huh? For school concerts, huh?
Absolutely.
Music department's all over gearing up and getting ready for that event.
Well, Ms. Y, Miss Lidzinger, and Mrs. Eyrick are our fine arts teachers, and they do a wonderful job. So the kids are all excited. They've been rehearsing. So if you're not doing anything Monday night, 6 o'clock, Guzzi Performing Arts Center, Bishop McCourt Catholic High School on Osborne Street.
I got to give a shout out to Miss Litzinger. I mean, she's really impressed me. She works at actually both of our elementary campuses and our high school. So she rotates through 3 different buildings working with students pre-K 3 through 12th grade. And we're actually having a concert on Thursday at our East Campus and a concert on Thursday at our West Campus. So in 1 week, she's going to be working with 3 concerts pre-K 3 through 12th grade. So, shout out to Miss Litzinger for that.
And on Wednesday, they are doing a around the town tour. Our chorus and band and orchestra in high school will get on a school bus and go to the local retirement facilities and do little concerts all over town.
Wow.
It's around the town.
That's awesome. That's anytime, I love when organizations spend those times in those retirement communities, and this time of year it's important to have people around you and have your community. And unfortunately for some people, as they get older, getting out and about, it just becomes difficult. The amount of family and community you have, it naturally shrinks. So when organizations, and I know a ton of schools throughout the area do it, get out and they visit those people, bring them a little bit of joy, bring them a smile, it goes such a long way.
Yeah, Tim, I've been involved in several events like that, and I'm not sure who gets the more enjoyment out of it, the kids or the seniors.
And you're right.
They both really benefit from that type of experience. I know today my organization is at Walmart today in Johnstown doing shopping for the Angel Tree.
That's awesome.
So nice.
At Turner's, instead of us doing a gift exchange with athletes, we give to others. So
that's amazing.
Pay it forward.
Absolutely.
Pay it forward. All right, well, it looks like the judges have their pencils down, so that's the hope that this is getting ready to get started. Again, this is the Mifflin County Huskies in the purple and black uniforms.
I like that color scheme. They do it well, very well.
So this coach said that this team is a young team with only 2 seniors, but they continue to elevate their skills, adding more difficult skills each year. So
that's
again,
awesome, and that's what you want to do.
Progressing in the correct progression manner. Not some people see a trick on TV and they think, oh, I should go try that double twisting thing, and they get hurt because they don't understand that there's skills that build up to that skill that you have to learn. You gotta walk before you run in this sport.
And that how true is that? We talk about the training, but as part of the training, the technique and actually how to safely do all of these stunts, because it's easy to sit here and watch and say, holy cow, and oftentimes catch your breath.
Right.
But these girls are well trained, and they try to do it as safely as possible, and in most cases, very safely.
Yes, there's definitely a progression in this sport where you start at the lowest level skills and build up to those more difficult skills. They don't just jump right in to performing an inversion up to one leg and a rewind down.
And that's why these feeder programs are so important. When you go to these local competitions and you see the elementary rec programs and the elementary programs, those are the beginning. Those
Absolutely.
are they're doing the just the half ups. They're just doing basic tumbling. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely.
Fundamentals are everything. Everyone, like you said, you see the result, you see the crazy techniques and things they do, and you want to be able to do it, but you have to master the basics.
Yeah.
You have to get through the basics. It has to become second nature, muscle memory, just natural to you, and then you can progress on. And that's the case in every sport.
Every sport.
Absolutely.
Same thing. Yep. So professionals make it look easy.
They do.
It's not that easy.
They do. Yep. Yep.
Lots and lots of work and time and effort and training goes into perfecting those skills.
A little bit of God-given talent never hurts either whenever you get to that professional level.
Absolutely. Yeah, here we're seeing that these athletes most of them have probably been training since July.
Yeah.
And they get to this point, and then some of them will, they're all going to probably end their competitive season in January, either at the States or at Nationals.
At Nationals,
at the end of January.
We Bishop McCourt, I think all the other teams that are going to UCA Nationals in Orlando, we're in Division II, which are the smaller schools. So we will be leaving on January 28th and coming back on February 2nd. They actually split it into 2 different weekends this year, which I am on the fence on that, because I like to watch those D1 schools.
Yes.
And I guess I'll be watching them on.
But the days won't be as long, probably.
The days will not be as long, which is a big thing.
I got to get taken on that trip here eventually. I feel I'm one of those supporters. I'm at a lot of cheer events, and yet I haven't been on that flight.
Man, Tim, if you only knew somebody over there at McCourt. Looks like they're going to start out with their cheer here. Again, another small team projecting very well on the floor. Only 15 athletes out there. Yeah, they got the volume there fixed for them. Full twisting switch up to stretch on 2 groups. Very nice. Guessing we've got some running tumbling here. Couple round off tucks, round off full in the middle, and then 4 round off fulls.
I think we're,
5 fulls on that
fulls.
team. That's incredible. Looks like they're going to go into an inversion here.
Nice.
Half up extended in the middle. .540, that's a 1.5 up in the middle to the Liberty. Got a switch ticked. Very nice. Center group hitting max skills there. Based on the number you have on the team, the judges are looking for a certain number of groups to do skills.
Oh, nice.
Lots of twisting in that pyramid section. I love the girls I love the girls behind the pyramid that are like celebrating their success. That's awesome. Cheerleaders cheering on the cheerleaders. Switch up to Liberty. So come on, you hold it. All right, great job.
Wow,
Mifflin
that
County.
was a nice routine. Good job, Mifflin County.
Their captains are Elena Chilson, Kayla McTavish, and junior Hannah Johnson. Coming up next in the 3A division will be Johnstown. Johnstown is the defending champion from the PIAA District 6 competition in this 3A division last year. And I know they're looking to keep that title here.
They are looking, and I've seen them a number of times so far this year, and they've got a real strong team. So
their head coach Terry Mazur's been there for 16 years. Oh wait,
that is not.
That looks like Marion Center in the corner.
That sure does look like Marion Center in the corner.
There must have been a change in the order. We'll get you updated.
See, they pulled a
switcheroo on us right there.
What the heck? Yeah, that's definitely Marion Center.
Yeah, Marion Center.
And I don't even see Johnstown on the outs.
They're over there. So Marion Center in the 2A division will be coming up next. If you're following along with the program, they were to be after the judges break, but
we can adjust.
We can adjust.
We can adjust. Not a problem.
We deal with adversity too, right? You go with it. It is what it is, right? Marion Center Stingers, coached by Kelly Moss in her first year. And April Shipley, I know that the Marion Center team is excited to get back on the mat in competitive cheerleading. Being that this is their first year, their goal is they just want to hit a clean routine and have fun and hopefully get a bid.
But this is honestly, it's funny because I often say this. I was at the first PIAA States, and I watched the level of cheerleading at that event. And there were like a handful of very elite teams, and there were a lot of teams that really needed to progress up to that. And as we've gone through the years, I've seen the number of teams that are actually growing,
Yes.
and not only in size, but growing in abilities, just keep going. And Marion Center is a perfect example of that. This is their first year. By year 5,
incredible. Yeah,
they should have it. But all they're looking for is a clean, tight routine.
Absolutely.
And that's all they need to bring to the floor.
We've seen Marion Center this year a few times, and Coach Kelly and Coach April over there have, their goal is to keep it clean, keep building the technique and strengthen skills and do things progressively and safely with their athletes, because it's a great feeling to come off the mat when you've hit your routine.
Yeah, and you know what? The Marion Center is very, very fortunate to have Kelly Moss as their coach, because she's a longtime coach. She knows what she's doing. So I expect to see some things out of that team in the next coming years.
Yeah, the captains over there are Sierra Johnson, Kristen Combs, and co-captain Alyssa Burns. So this is the first competitive team that Marion Center has had in many years, and it's their first trip here. So we're going to see what type of product the Stingers put out there on the floor. I know I was at the UPJ competition, and the Marion Center team made a lot of fans.
They did. You know what? They have an energy, and they are clean, which is, with an experienced coach, that's what you see. A lot of clean, tight movements. I'm excited to see them today.
Yes.
But as I look down at the judges, there's still pencils
They're still
going.
writing, so maybe.
So the nice thing about them writing as judges is, as a coach, when you get those forms back, it helps you progress to the next competition. Like they'll say, you need tighter work on your sides. Your timing was off in this area. You need this, and it helps you as a coach. They see it's like you have a whole couple sets of eyes that you didn't normally have.
And oftentimes they say things that you say all the time. And
yes,
it just
sir.
reinforces what you've been saying. But that's invaluable feedback there from those professionals that are down there. And that, like you said, that new set of eyes, things you see all the time, sometimes you don't see it. Like they've been doing it so much, you miss it. And then that new set of eyes says, this doesn't look right. And you're like, you know what, they're right. We should tweak that. again, cheerleading is partly subjective, and then there's also that grid that they get to follow, and you're expected to do a certain number of skills and a certain number of tumbling passes and a certain number of jumps, and you're evaluated on what you perform and how you perform it. I wonder if we'll be back on track here. So a shout out to all you out there tuning in to us today. We hope you're enjoying this live broadcast brought to you by the Bishop McCourt network here. Did I say that right, Jeannie? It's the
Crusher Sports
Network. Let me learn something. Crusher Sports Network.
We are the dream team. The dream team.
The dream. I'm happy to be part of this today. It's an honor to sit by you veterans. I'm having a really good time. And I'm learning a lot, and I'm going to steal all this stuff you have here. Well, not steal, I'm going to copy all this stuff and bring it back to my school at North Star for my sports media and leadership class, because this equipment is exactly what my class needs to do this at my school, and I think you're going to, this influence a lot of schools.
The Crusher Sports Network, I believe, has been a real game changer at our school for a number of reasons. It has helped us to reconnect with a lot of alumni that are outside of the area. It has allowed us to broadcast, as we said before, to grandparents and relatives that may not be able to make it to a certain event. And it has really helped to improve, I think, not even improve, just heighten school spirit. Like, people want to be on, the students want to be involved in the Crusher Sports Network.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, the pandemic taught us a lot of this stuff.
Yes.
And this is one of the good things that stuck around, this virtual experience that you can provide to people. I mean, we were forced into it during the pandemic. You know, when we were traveling for cheer competitions, there were no spectators inside.
Yes.
You know, it would just be the team on the floor, and then there'd be a virtual feed for parents to watch. And then there was no award session. You'd get done in the...
Not as much fun.
Not as much fun. But I sure did like getting out of there before that. Getting to get home a little earlier.
Yes,
I'm not going to lie.
Well, speaking
of pandemic award sessions.
Speaking of which, we seem to be pretty much on time for the most part.
Yeah, we'll maybe we'll find out about this switch up here, or maybe it's none of our business. Hey, we'll just go with it.
Well, I think what's nice, too, for us with our Crusher Sports Network, something that the administrative team at McCourt has emphasized since we started it, is we stream it to our viewers for free. And we've always been very welcoming when it comes to sharing that link. When we go to away games, or even when we host something, we make sure that the other school athletic directors get that link so that they can share it out. And again, we stream it for free. You know, there's some platforms where there's a subscription. This actually has the option where you can have people subscribe and for a fee, but we do it for no fee so that accessibility is out there. It's not about, oh, we want numbers, we want, you know, to profit off this. It's, we want to spread the sports, we want to spread the kids, we want to spread community and sportsmanship, and, you know, especially reach those alumni from all our schools that are in and outside of our area, your family members, and give them an opportunity to see their athletes compete.
I love that, Tim.
So I just text to our mole down there.
Oh, okay.
And asked why we were out of thing. And from what I understand, Marion Center asked if they would switch positions with Johnstown. And it could be, maybe it's weather related. Maybe they wanted to get back to their home base earlier. I'm not sure. Or there might be something going on at the school, which we've seen many times.
Right. Maybe they have a concert or something like that their girls have to get back to.
There's a team that's doing something this afternoon that they have to be back for. So, hey, let's hear it for Marion Center.
All right, it looks like they're giving the DJ the thumbs up.
Thumbs up. There we go. Ready to go.
DJ Hawk over there getting it ready to bring out the Marion Center Stingers.
All right, Stingers, let's see.
We'll see. That one sign was laid sideways. Okay, she fixed it. She's fixing it.
Yes, she is.
I noticed that from up here. That's something you probably, if you're not a cheerleading person, you don't understand that there's a certain way that they have to be laid down, or you're going to pick them up upside down and backwards.
Which
you're not going to sell
earlier.
Stingers, right? Start out with some wow, beautiful handspring full. Looks like they're moving into their elite stunt here. That was a cute transition. 3 full up the prep level, solid. And a half up to a full. Little struggle on the right, but kept it at the prep level. That's excellent choice on their side. Pyramid flipping right up to the top. Nice. Tick, tick. Some running, tumbling. Got some round-up handsprings with some round-up tucks. And wow, is she a powerful tumble. I think she could have did a double.
Yeah.
Not allowed to do a double in high school cheer.
No.
Is that a safety?
But if she could.
Yes, you can do a single full but not a double full. That's the same in college cheer. You can only do a double full in all-star cheer at level 6.
Powerful cheer.
Yeah, we've got the flags going, the signs going, and the palms going. Judges are loving that.
I really appreciate the on-mat communication that I'm noticing. I'm seeing girls from across the mat, with their the look to each other, and that unspoken communication to stay in sync. That's impressive.
Yeah, Tim, that's funny you picked up on that, because that is actually something you coach and teach your athletes.
Student of the game.
You're a quick study. Got their dance section here. This is where the endurance comes into play here. Final pyramid section. Got a handspring into the belly there. Inversion up to 2 feet. Got a front flip. Looks like we're going to flip her right back up to the top here. Yes. Little problem on the ending pyramid, but overall a great routine.
Good performance. You had mentioned during the routine one of the stunt on the right had a little bit of trouble, and they went to a prep position. And sometimes those decisions made the difference between getting a 3-point deduction and maybe a 1-point deduction just on a little thing. So when these girls are doing these things and things aren't, a hand isn't where it's supposed to be or something, they got to make a quick decision. How to save this?
Yes.
How do we keep it in the air? And those decisions are paramount in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in those small groupings, is there someone that sort of is the leader, or that an assigned leader, or a natural takes charge leader that helps to make that decision? How do they communicate that, or is that like a natural chemistry?
It's a natural chemistry that's but sometimes you will have a leader in the group who will yell out, just keep it at the prep, or dip, or they'll yell a count or some cue for everybody to know what they're going to do. But you've practiced it so many times, it's probably happened in practice. So, it's coached, it's trained.
And in those individual stunt groups, everyone has their own job. Like they each know what their role is. So they have to not only work as a team, but they have to work as an individual on the team to have
They're all
the
building
same
blocks.
result.
They come together.
Right. And it's what makes cheerleading such an interesting sport. I mean, it's not like any other sport that I know. Whereas, in football, if you have an injury with your quarterback, you just take him. It's
next man up
the
mentality.
Next man up. You have basketball. You just take. You can substitute.
You definitely see it. It does affect your scheme in all those ones where that natural chemistry is missing. You can plug and play and have that next man up, but when that chemistry goes away, because maybe there's not the same level of repetition with that quarterback and that running back, just like in your pyramids, I believe the pyramids are the groupings. I'm trying to learn the terminology here.
Yeah.
That natural chemistry goes away, and you have to work it. So working the backups, how often, when you are in practice, do you work your alternates in? Like, how often are you practicing that?
A lot of teams don't have alternates.
Yeah.
So that some schools are fortunate to have alternates that can fill in, but you have 15 kids on the floor. You have 15 different positions.
And you're maximizing each one.
that section of that routine is mapped out exclusively for that one individual. So it's not like you can just put somebody in, like your first baseman falls out, gets taken out, you put another first baseman.
You might falter a little bit,
the skill
but
level
you
might
have
differ,
a position,
but they
yeah.
can still play it, and the game will go on. If you have somebody taken out, you're going to lose positions. You're going to see empty spots and voids in routines because you just can't learn it that fast. You know, so
Show must go on.
Show must go on.
Our next team up is going to be Bellwood Antis. They are a 2A team. I'm going to say this about what Bellwood Antis. I've watched them at the local competitions, and they seem to be progressing every single competition.
And that's all you can ask for.
That's what you're asking for. And even the teams that are, you know, that you would expect to be good, you still want to see that constant improvement.
Absolutely.
And with Bellwood, it's been a noticeable improvement since the beginning of the year. So I'm really excited to see them today.
Yeah, so head coach Chrissy Shura must be thankful for that comment from you, Jeannie. 18 years experience there, and she has assistants Shauna Kovacs, Shelley Plummer, and Caitlin McCartney. They're going to put 13 athletes on the floor, 2 seniors, 8 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 2 freshmen. Heavy on the juniors here in this competition, I think. I think I did have the number of seniors that will be competing their last District 6 championship. If I can organize my notes here, I believe it's 36 seniors I think we're going to have today that will wrap up their District 6 cheerleading career. So best of luck to all of them.
And as a coach, you have to look at those numbers.
Absolutely.
Because if you have, let's say Bellwood has 8 juniors, well, next year they're going to be seniors and they're going to be gone. So you need to make sure that coming up into your freshman class, you have freshmen and even your 8th grade or your feeder program. You've got enough talent coming forward that you can fill those positions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if Bellwood has a feeder program, but
yeah, they do.
They do?
They do. They have a junior high, I think a junior high and a rec program. So that's a overall cheerleading program in that school district that is growing. So
that's good. Their seniors are Briley Hewitt and Reagan Ball, and they don't call them captains, they're senior leaders. So this team participates in mini-thon at their school. So all of our teams, like we said, not just cheer on the other athletes, but they're really community leaders and role models in their school district. Many of them are members of their National Honor Society.
And that's something we often forget. Like, these girls are athletes. They not only practice 2 to 3 to 4 times a week in cheerleading, but they're also out there supporting the school events. They're at basketball games, they're at football games, they're at volleyball games. They're doing all of this
wrestling
other.
matches. We have a team here today that supports their bocce team.
Oh, really?
When we get to them, I'll give that a shout out.
I've heard that that's a up and coming.
Oh, we have a bocce team at our school, and it's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
that's actually a sport I think I might be able to do.
I think you might, Jeannie. I think we found something here today.
I think I might be physically capable of being on the bocce team.
Well, I come from an Italian family, so that was a very popular thing at the family picnics.
I can see Ma'am out there tossing.
That was her family. They're Graziani, you know. My mom was 100% Italian, so yeah, we played bocce. I never really knew what it was or had an appreciation for it. It was always the old men who were playing, but
I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah. It's a great program, Special Olympics
That's
led
awesome.
program. It blends your life skills students with your regular ed students, and it's a fantastic opportunity.
And it's
like
had
I said,
a lot of momentum in the recent years.
I don't know who has more fun. I mean, it is so beneficial for everybody involved.
That's awesome.
Our coaches at our school just absolutely love it.
I didn't hear who we had on the judging panel. I see a lot of the UCA. I see Courtney Carroll's down there. I wish I could remember names, but as I get older,
terrible.
I need a Rolodex. Do they even have Rolodex anymore?
Yeah, probably digital.
It's called your cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't I think your brain reaches a capacity of people you can meet in a lifetime, and I think we've probably
We've done it.
surpassed that.
A few more of our corporate sponsors: the Boulevard Grill, Conemaugh Health System, Laurel Asphalt, Cambria Roofing and Remodeling, Independent Catholic Foundation, David J. Weaver, Esquire, Westner Lawn Care, Family Dentistry, Dr. Garber, Flair of Country, The Willow, Puchco Financial, Pizza Man's Pizza, Westwood Floral and Gifts, Mishler Auction Services, House of Smoke, and Joey Dell's 2001 Catering.
Well, Bellwood-Annis puts us halfway through the competition, and
we're moving right along. I mean, that's one thing that impresses me at every cheer competition I've been at. Bishop McCourt Spirit Fest. I didn't get to go to 814, but I know you guys mentioned that. I was at the UPJ competition. How well they're run. I mean, there's a lot of logistics involved. You know, it's not two teams coming to compete and just a couple buses. You have teams from all over. I mean, how many teams did you say we have today? 18?
14.
14 teams today. 14. So that's logistically 14 teams of parking and parents and grandparents, and to stay on track and stay on schedule.
Well,
that's impressive.
I think that Tracy will agree with me that it's not always.
Not always. You get derailed sometimes.
Knock on wood. I've only experienced
I know,
the good stuff.
knock on wood. It should be good. All right, let's hear it for the Blue Devils.
"13 athletes out there on the floor. Nice spread out with the rolls and some show and goes in the back. Running tumbling, got some round up handspring tucks, and the layout down the diagonal. Front hurdler into a toe touch. Cartwheel tucks, one little touchdown on that standing tuck. I like the incorporation of the band chant there. Inversion up to prep. Trouble on that left side, but they got it right back, and she hit the rewind down. Great job.
I love a good rewind.
Switch tick up to lib. Good crowd involvement from the Bellwood fans.
Means a lot. All right, let's see him finish it.
Half switch up there to libs. Nice half twist into the front foot there. Switch up on the outside, solid liberties. One tick there.
Nice job,
nice
Devils.
job, Bellwood.
All right.
Looks like Forest Hills Rangers
Forest
on
Hills
deck.
Rangers are on deck.
Forest Hills will be in the 2A division.
Now, you've both mentioned all the all-star cheer and tumbling and things like that the girls do. Is there a lot of intermingling throughout the squads then in that sense? You know, it's kind of like in baseball, you have your travel baseball, basketball, travel basketball. You know, in today's world, you have a lot of kids that they might compete against each other in, you know, a competition in the district or their conference, but then they're teammates elsewhere.
Absolutely. And at Turner's, we have kids from Forest Hills and McCourt and Richland and Johnstown, and so they get to know each other, and they they're friends and competitors, and
But they'll be on the side of the mat when their teammates from their all-star team are out there, and they'll be cheering them on.
cheering each other on.
There's a lot of camaraderie.
I'm very impressed with these teams sitting around the mat today and just cheering each other on. I love the sportsmanship that we're seeing here today. Kudos to those coaches, to the parents that have instilled these values into kids that, you should respect your opponents.
Absolutely.
I have to give them a lot of credit. When I was in Little League, my neighbor was on another team, and we were best friends, but if we played each other that week, we did not speak.
Right, yeah.
We didn't talk till after the game was over. So this is really nice to see the sportsmanship, the camaraderie, like you said. It brings people together, it builds community.
So up next, we're going to have the Forest Hills Rangers, and they are led by head coach Christina Christ and her assistant Ashley Christ. They're not sisters, well, they're sister-in-laws. So it's a sister-in-law duo here. They're going to put 15 athletes on the floor. And Jeannie, you and I talked a little bit about this team earlier. We've been seeing them all year. They have 1 senior, 1 junior, 4 sophomores, and 9 freshmen.
Wow.
Woo!
They're gonna be leading the pack here pretty soon.
And they have a feeder program.
They have a
junior high program. They have a strong elementary program. Yep. Coach Christina has done a fabulous job over at Forest Hills.
I was going to say, she's only been she's like 6 years.
6 years, and she is really doing the right thing. And I mean, I think they have over 100 cheerleaders at Forest Hills.
That's all. Well, and Forest Hills comes from a long
there's a long history
tradition of cheerleading.
Forest Hills is the one who I think started back in the 80s. They were the first ones to go to Dallas to compete, and then went to high school nationals in Orlando. And
their coach back then was Stombaugh.
Sandy Stombaugh.
Yeah, see?
Sandy Stombaugh, and her assistant was Sam Wilson.
Yeah. We know her.
I know her. So I think Forest Hills has a long history of cheerleading. And I remember back then in the 80s, we also had Penn Cambria had a real strong program.
Penn Cambria, I remember that, yeah.
And then it turned McCourt and Richland and Johnstown and followed suit going to nationals.
And at this point, you've said it before, but I will reiterate, this District 6 and Western Pennsylvania is a powerhouse in competitive cheer. And even when you go to nationals, UCA nationals, like they know the teams from this area.
Absolutely.
And even in all-star cheerleading.
Yes.
They know us.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy that these teams that are ranked in the state are, 10-mile radius.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
It's like, so it's awesome that we do have some
I have a lot of Pennsylvania pride and bias, but whenever you look at it, athletes come from Pennsylvania. We are consistently in several sports ranked in one of the top states for our success, and student athletes that go on to compete at the college level, and then even in the professional level, football, basketball, baseball in this area, cheerleading. Western Pennsylvania and Pennsylvania in general is a very successful state when it comes to athletics.
Absolutely. Looks like Forest Hills is over there doing their little rallying, and every team kind of has their ritual before they take the floor. They go through some things.
Mr. D, John DeFazio, sent me a text just keeping you updated on some McCourt sports. At the Ironman tourney in University of Delaware, Bo Bassett won by technical fall over Bentley Sly, and Melvin Miller won by technical fall over Bruna Kasafi, 19-4, and Bo Bassett was 17-1. So the wrestlers are doing well at the Ironman. Just keep everybody up to date. You go, Crushers.
I know Wrestling States is held here, at least it was last year, in Altoona as well in this gym. Another time Altoona did an excellent job hosting a big-time competition.
You know where they are this year, the team.
Oh, no, is it in Johnstown?
It's in Johnstown at the First Summit Arena, yep.
Yeah, I'll bring up my local bias again, but I love when things get brought to Johnstown. There's a lot of history, there's a lot of pride. The War Memorial, I really love it now. I was down there for a hockey game the other day. They have a sign up with all the different performers that have been there throughout all the past decades. And, there's a lot of big-time people that have whether they've competed in Johnstown or they've performed in Johnstown, that facility has been used for so many things, and it's nice to see it being used again. I know there was a Christmas basketball tournament that was massive and big time and a lot of history and tradition. And, with facilities like that, and they got that Hockeyville revamp a few years ago, you love to see it used again.
Yeah, and it is being used. They did have regional competitions for UCPA the past few years at the First Summit Arena, and now this year it was in Pittsburgh, so we were at the David Lawrence Convention Center.
That's a great facility
It is, but I have to tell you, I thought that it was much better at not only because of the location, it was much more intimate, and I thought that the seating in the facility was just a better fit for cheerleading. Yes. But that's just my opinion. Yes. Nobody called and asked me.
Yeah.
Well, they say the flood's over. Come back to Johnstown.
Come back to Johnstown. That's what I'm saying. All right.
The hospitality doesn't get any better.
No, it does not. It does not.
And the local kind of touch with the even food. Anytime I travel somewhere, go somewhere. Granted, in Altoona, Texas Roadhouse, and Olive Garden, they're chains, but they are staples. The local restaurants and scenes in Johnstown are, second to none. Yeah, and Johnstown's really unique. There's Johnstown, but Johnstown also has. It's kind of like Pittsburgh. You might be from the Clairton area or somewhere, or Mars. You say you're from Pittsburgh. You're from Wimber. You're from Richland. You're from Westmont. You're from Johnstown. So all those local eateries, those local traditions, they're there, and it's something special about that. It's a ton of communities that make up a true community.
Small town pride.
Yeah. That's especially if you go to the War Memorial. There's spots like Scott's by Dam right across the street. It's just 30 feet away. Game Plan right across the street.
It's just
great. You go into those kind of places. Anytime I've ever walked to Scott's by Dam, Scott comes and shakes my hand. If he's not there, someone comes and shakes your hand. It could be your first time meeting them. They'll act like they know you. Game Plan, the 5th Local L and Eatery, those kind of places, they treat you like you're a regular.
Absolutely. All right, well, buckle up. Here come the Rangers, guys.
All right.
Real loud already. Oh, we got Forest Hills fans right in front of us, so that is definitely projecting.
That helps. But you know what? They have a great fan base. They really do.
They got leadership out there by Katie Bott and Jaden Wilmer and Ella Kick. There's their senior and junior captains. Wow, lots of standing tucks to start that routine, and they were solid. Switch stick full up, all 3 solid at the top. Into the high tick. Rewind down. They got an inversion going on here. All 3 solid. They just nailed that elite sequence.
Nice.
And here comes their favorite part of the routine, Judy, this mini pyramid with their boomerangs in it. Lots of tumbling there, had a full in the middle.
All right, nice cheer.
They were very commanding. That was the boomerang section. 1.5 up to Liberty. These Rangers are rocking this routine.
They sure are.
Great jump sequence.
So tight.
Here's their finish. Let's see if their stamina holds up. Got the inversion. They're going to flip that forward. That is actually
steady the whole way through.
Seeing a lot of difficulty in this routine. Switch tick up to the big finish. I don't think they can be disappointed with that one,
Wow.
Judy. That was impressive.
That was a great routine.
Well, their goal was
Congratulations.
to hit 0.
I think they hit their goal.
I mean, we're not judges, and we don't see all the little intricacies that maybe they see, but
I didn't see
it looked
anything.
good from here.
I didn't see anything.
It looked good from here.
That was a clean, solid routine. Congratulations, Forest Hills.
A lot of confident energy the whole way through,
Yep.
and I think that probably helped them hit and land, their stunts.
And such tight motions.
Tight. It was clean. One
was
senior,
clean.
one junior. Wow, what a bright
For
future.
a young team.
What a bright future for the Forest Hills Rangers. That was incredible. Who's coming up next here?
Looks like River Valley coming up.
River Valley.
It is and always will be about the student athletes, but the energy the coaches put in during these cheer routines. Yeah, you're watching all the athletes, but every now and then I peek down and I see the coaches. I sweat just watching them, how much they're moving, they're chanting, they're clapping, they're screaming. I mean, my
Sometimes
goodness.
they're much more entertaining to
Yes.
watch than anything else.
Yes.
Oh, it's absolutely hilarious.
For sure.
The candid shots during cheer are always some of the funniest ones because you get the faces and the shouting. It's hilarious.
Yes. And sometimes the camera gets put just on the coach.
Yep.
And that rivals any funny video you've ever seen. So, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears from the coaches, too. So,
A couple more of our corporate sponsors. We have the Boulevard Grill, Putchco Financial, the Independent Catholic Foundation, Jerry Murphy, Remax Power Associates, CJL Engineering, 814 Lanes and Games, Kurt Nilsson Esquire, Schaefer Oil, Coldwell Banker Prestige Realty, Adam Dugan, Pro Disposal Yoder's Landscaping, Merho Federal Credit Union, and the Pike Steakhouse and Pub.
That chef's cut steak at the Pike. Gotta get it.
I gotta
it's
get there.
unbelievable.
Have you never had it?
No.
Oh, it's a great
it's worth the
deal.
trip.
The steak, it's hand cut in-house. It's thick. It's actually a McCourt alum is the chef in there, Colin Croco. He does an awesome job. Hand cut, thick cut, cooked to
portion.
perfection. Great portion. I don't have leftovers, but most people usually do. It rivals a Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, well, there you go. There you go.
For the Crusher Network here, I love, you guys are from Bishop McCourt, but I love the coverage that you provide to everybody. It's really non-biased, and you're really rooting for everybody and giving everybody fair coverage.
Well, that's what it's all about. This is, this is what high school sports is all about. You cheer for your team, you cheer for the other teams. These are kids, and I think that a lot of times a lot of people lose sight of that.
That's right.
These are
children.
kids. They're children.
They're kids.
And the Forest Hills Rangers are coming up into the stands. They are all excited,
Their fans
and they
are
should be.
very excited as well.
And they should be.
And you can feel the energy, a lot of pride right there.
There's no better feeling than leaving the mat knowing that you did your best. The pride that you feel, all that work, because sometimes when it goes bad, it can go
goes
really
really
bad.
bad.
And then sometimes when it goes good, the energy keeps building and building, and it's just an amazing feeling.
Another reason why, like you said, we have to remember that these are kids. Those feelings, they come around less and less as you get older. There's still a lot of really great moments in your life, but you don't get to necessarily relive coming off the mat or raising a trophy or getting that first win of the season or, hitting a play or hitting a shot for the first time. Those feelings, you can't duplicate them. So this is something that these kids, the last thing you want to do is take away the attention from them, take away the spotlight, take away that energy, because the happiness, the pride, the joy, that just, you can see it on their faces, you can see it, and it builds long-term, long-standing confidence that, helps them as they move on in life.
I remember watching Forest Hills at the first local competition this year, and we talk about progressed improvement.
Yes.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes post routine, and you couldn't wipe a smile off these kids'
No,
face.
and well deserved.
And these
well
parents
deserved.
too. Like this sport is enduring for the parents as well. You know, it's a long season, and it's a lot of practice time, and running here and there, and they're invested as well. And they hear all about the tragic practices and the trials and tribulations through practices.
Playing therapist
and they
sometimes.
live it. Yes, so these parents, this is a really feel-good moment for
You
them.
got 18 to 25 girls together.
Yes.
There's always a little bit of drama.
Yeah, as always. With female coaches, hey.
True story,
Yeah.
true story.
I'll continue to coach my male athletes.
Yeah. I wouldn't trade
I've had my taste of it in the weight room. You know, I've been fortunate enough, I've had the opportunity to work with our girls basketball team, our volleyball team, our cheerleaders in the weight room, and you know they do an excellent job. And you know sometimes they're tougher and hard-nosed more so than some of the guys. But you know I'll definitely, emotion-wise, I'll stick with my guys.
Yeah, yeah, these kids are tough. They saw last week on Jeannie's team, one of her girls broke a finger on the mat at the 814 championship, broke a finger, ran to eye care, got an x-ray. Yep, it's broke. She says, I gotta go back and finish my game day routine.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
I mean,
yeah, and honestly,
I don't know if it's the most responsible activity, but that's just that's as an athlete, you know, and a committed team, you run through a brick wall for your team.
And I would venture to say the majority, if not all of the girls on that floor right now are the same way.
Absolutely.
They put it all on the mat.
They do. I've seen it with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, how tough these kids.
Oh my gosh.
They take a whack off the nose.
They are so cute.
Yeah, they just keep on going as they know the importance of finishing.
Wow.
Well, that's like you said, they train year-round, and you know you learn that you're relying on one another, and you know it's natural instinct to not want to let others down. You don't. It's not always about you. You know, when you're out, it affects other people, and in cheer especially, you know, not being there for your teams is one of the most. It sits on you and you hold it, and you know it tears you up. So it's the last thing I'm sure that a girl wants to do, or anyone. So you just build that community, that culture within one another.
All right. They're still scribbling down there at the judges' table.
River Valley is led by Cassidy Richards. She's a 4-year veteran with the team, and her assistants are Haley Thompson and Hannah Schaefer. So this team is bringing a 4-4-4-1 on the floor. They got 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 1 lone freshman out there for this little River Valley team with 13 members on the floor. Their goal today is to compete a clean routine and earn a bid to the state championship, as with all of our teams.
So now River Valley is a product of 2 different school districts that merged in recent years. So out of those 2 schools that came out, I believe it was Blairsville and Salzburg. What were each of their individual cheer programs like prior to the merger? Did they have them?
Yeah,
Blairsville did.
You know, actually, and then I worked with Salzburg. I did some choreography for Salzburg over the years. So I know they had a competitive program, and Blairsville had a competitive program. River Valley was not in this competition last year. They had this is their first year back after a 1-year hiatus due to some injuries last season. So over half of this team is new to competitive cheer. So I love a program that, you know, might be the underdog, but they're like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
How are you going to become the top dog if you don't ever start?
That's right.
So don't be afraid to get out there and put a routine on the mat that might not be the winning routine, but you got to start somewhere. And I love that for these kids because there's a lot of learning to be said there too.
Yeah.
Like you said, these girls, there's no better feeling than hitting it on a mat. So whenever you're a program that's trying to come up on the rise, start simple, do fundamental things, come off and build that confidence so that the next time they're on the mat the next year, you can build off those fundamental building blocks, get a little more intricate, build that confidence, because without that confidence, you're never going to hit, you know, those intricate routines.
All right, it looks like River Valley's ready to take the mat.
These are the River Valley Panthers.
You know, I like a good Panther.
Yeah.
H2P.
Yeah.
Love that color. I love that teal blue color. That blue.
Pretty. Looks like you're going to start with their cheer here. there.
Really great volume, really in sync.
Yep. Nice solid cheer. Cartwheel tuck down the center there. Into their jumps, double toe touch, followed by a pike jump. They're heading into a stunt section here. And they're loaded. They did a 360 back to that sponge position up to 4 extensions. Very nice. Creative dismount. Full twisting basket toss there. Round off 2 back handsprings down the middle there. Now moving into their pyramid section here.
Good recovery, staying steady.
Ball up to Liberty, try to get underneath her there. Good recovery. Liberty's on the outside. Tick up to the inside. Missed front flip, but they're getting it back here. Now they're having fun out there. Great job, River
All right,
Valley.
good job, River Valley.
You know, and they showed no panic. Anytime, you know, they might have had a little bit of a bobble here or there, you know, they stayed to it. I thought that was impressive.
Now, according to the schedule, there should be a judges break, but I see that Johnstown High School is out in the hall, so I believe they may be coming along.
Yeah, Marion Center was supposed to be after that judges break.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
I'm not sure here. I guess we'll roll with it, huh?
Yeah. Roll in, roll in, roll in.
Now, could this be one of those instances you mentioned earlier? Maybe a girl was sick this morning and they had to make some adjustments, and you know maybe they adjusted the schedule for the program.
Marion Center supposedly had asked to change.
Okay.
So they may have had to get back for a concert or an event or something like that, and asked to change, and Johnstown was kind enough to offer to do that. So that's what I'm hearing. So I'm hoping that there
got
wasn't
the ear to
any
the
kind of
ground in the
issue.
cheer world.
I got my sources, Tim. I got my sources.
You can't reveal them though. Never reveal your sources.
So yeah, it looks like Johnstown's out there. I can't imagine them standing out there through a break. So we're going to see what happens. I never, to be honest with you, I never really understood this judges break, but.
Well, it's just a potty break, Jeannie.
Well, what about us?
Well, we don't.
We
give
can
a
play
break.
some commercials.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
cares about us.
We are not important whatsoever up here. But we're having fun, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're having more fun than they are, I think. Yeah, this has been a really good.
This is low stress. That's
low,
stress.
That's stress.
That's stress.
You know, I judged one time, and I will never do it again. I just am not a good judge. Like, first off, I'm not as well versed on the scoring criteria as others are, and it was too much pressure for me. I
think my problem is attention span.
Well, you know what? They've made it easier since they have different judges that are doing different things. Like there is a judge that's just doing deductions.
Oh, I learned this. I was helping out with paperwork for Spirit Fest.
Yeah.
There were 5 different papers each thing. It was
but it used to be back in the day, like the judges they overall did everything. And it made it hard because you can't. I can't watch everything
at once.
And that's before there were grids and rolls and numbers to follow too as well.
Yeah.
So you pretty much just watched and picked the winner. My mom used to use a star system on the paper. 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. And I'm going to tell you what, her star system was right every time.
Tracy's mom was like the cheerleading guru back in the day.
I give her
The
a
Nick
lot of
Saban of
credit.
cheer.
Yes,
I
and-
give her a lot of credit for the District 6 success. She was the one that started tumbling at Forest Hills in 1977.
Yeah,
So
and-
started a tumbling program, which translated into great cheerleading in the 80s for Forest Hills.
And God rest her soul, I even remember seeing a video of her doing a cartwheel in her 90s.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my goodness. I can't do a cartwheel in my 30s.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, but and after it would be funny because after a competition such as this, or a local competition, you'd start seeing the coaches go to ma'am.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
so what do you think?
What do you think?
What do you think?
And you know what? She was always pretty abilities well. Like if
You have to be.
You know what
Yeah,
I
there's
mean?
no way you're going to get better if everything is
She
sugar-coated.
was never had rose-colored glasses on when it came to her kids. You know,
Yeah.
she always told you where you deserved to be. And she was
Sometimes it was a hard,
she was usually right.
tough pill to.
And you know,
pill to
my dad
swallow.
too was.
Oh yeah.
Was very good. Like I remember in high school, the very first I won all my sophomore, junior, and didn't lose any competitions until my
Subtle
senior
brag
year.
there.
Sorry. Yeah. Shout out to Forest Hills there. But my dad, the very first time, when we lost to Bishop McCourt, I said, "Well,
At UPJ.
Yeah, UPJ. You ever remember hospice?
Hospice, yep.
And he said, "What do you think, Dad?" He said, "You're going to get second." I was like, and we did.
How dare you?
How dare you, Dad? And he was right.
Blasphemy, I tell you.
And you said that was Forest Hills.
Yeah.
Forest Hills has had a lot of effect on the current status of sports in the Laurel Highlands and the district. Like you said, Forest Hills with Don Bailey, a football guru for decades.
Oh.
They've really laid a foundation to help bring attention to our area, and really, competition breeds competition, success breeds success. I had a coach who always said enthusiasm is infectious. When teams are successful in the area, you naturally have to up your game, and they do. So the surrounding schools, we got to get better to compete with them, and it makes the entire area better because of it.
And we talk about success, Tim. I would be remiss in not touting the success that the football team had this year at Bishop McCourt. Ending the season at 12-1. It was a long time coming. It was a struggle for a number of years, and
we took our licks for some years.
But
yes.
I got to tell you, it was fun going to games this year when you're when you're walking away with the W.
Yeah.
Well, we were very fortunate to have a group of kids that they've been playing together for a very long time. They've worked hard together, and I remember this group of seniors. We're losing 14 of them. I remember days where when they were in 7th and 8th grade, I was running the weight room, and we didn't have a senior in the weight room certain days. We may not have had a junior, but my 7th and 8th graders were there.
Yep,
And those kids came back consistently, and they're high school kids, so they had their days where they didn't, or what, that first day you go home and play video games and go into the weight room, it's easy to do it again. But this group of seniors, they buckled down, they bought in early, they stayed the course, and they took their licks that freshman year, that sophomore year. Some of them playing much earlier than an ideal team you have playing young kids play. And by senior year, you reap what you sow. They put in the time, they put in the effort, and they have a lot to be proud of.
Hey, you know what? I'm wondering if they're actually going to do the break, because as I look out in the hallway, they have Johnstown out there, and Richland right behind.
Yeah.
I can't see them holding them out there for 15 minutes out in the hallway. So the judges, and it could be because we are supposedly having some impending weather come in.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
they may want to get teams out of here as quickly as possible, so they're moving everything up.
Now, how would you feel as coaches whenever you have this extended break suddenly put on you from your warm-up? Do you feel better going right from your warm-up?
It depends on how your warm-up went, Tim.
that's fair. Maybe we set it, forget it. We're going to move on from the warm-up, or if you nailed it, well, we got to repeat it.
Do you know, I often think that a lot of times, and this is just from my experience, sometimes when we're rushed, like you got to do this, you got to go here, you got to go here.
You just natural.
It works better because they don't have time to think about it.
Overthink.
They
can't get in their own way.
They don't get afraid.
I always say
the fear goes away.
I always say overanalysis causes paralysis.
Yeah,
absolutely.
get them moving.
Sometimes when you have too much time to think about it, bad things happen.
Yeah, that's especially high school aged kids. They're overthinkers.
Yeah.
They are going to take a break because the judges have gone. Hey, how about if we do a couple commercials from the Crusher Sports Network?
Thing.
Research has shown that women who have had ovarian cancer have an increased risk of developing breast cancer. My name is Matt Smith, president of the Laurel Auto Group. When my mom started the Ann Harris Smith Foundation, she said, if we can help just one woman, then we have made a difference. Every year, we come together with a powerful mission to support and raise awareness for ovarian cancer, which is directly linked to breast cancer. Join us this October as we link with Pink to support breast cancer awareness in our communities.
Age your way and stay in the comfort of your home. Get medical care and so much more with the help of Senior Life. We offer customized health plans where seniors can access our life, health, and wellness centers and in-home care service. No out-of-pocket costs for those who qualify. Check your eligibility. Visit seniorlifepa.com. Age your way in your home with Senior Life.
Martella's family-owned pharmacy has been caring for you and about you since 1964. With 6 convenient locations, we're always here for you, providing personalized service that goes above and beyond. Martella's offers a wide range of services from free prescription delivery to being the only regional pharmacy to offer Medipack, organizing your medications in easy-to-tear-off packets. Martella's, caring for you and about you since 1964.
Defend your ride with Riemann Auto's All-Star Service. From state inspections, tires, brakes, and routine maintenance, Riemann Auto is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Riemann's highly trained mechanics will have you on the road and running safely. Score a winning drive with the top-notch maintenance and repair service. Riemann Auto wishes the Crushers all the best for a successful season.
For me, being a part of the 6 News team, it's a privilege. It's a responsibility not only to our viewers, but to those who came before us. Always showing up, following leads, getting both sides of the story. It's the foundation of 6 News, knowing we delivered on our promise to you. Coverage you can count on. I'm Jen Johnson. Thanks for choosing 6 News, and thank you for celebrating 75 years of WJAC-TV with us.
Day after day, the wheels are in motion. Our experienced team excels in custom designs and precise, skilled craftsmanship. We do it all, from start to finish, with pride in every detail, consistently delivering exceptional results.
While our commitment remains unchanged, much has evolved since our beginnings. We continually integrate new technology to ensure a smooth experience and high-quality finished projects. As certified kitchen designers, our dedication is to making your vision a reality. We bring your dream to life.
The Crushers have just entered the 5th local eatery and ale house, Red Zone.
3rd down and 10. Big sequence here with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Faribault back to pass. He's going deep, and it's caught by number 8 for Bishop McCourt. Touchdown! Butler is after Yatsky, and he takes Yatsky and takes him to the mat.
Yes, it's a strike, and that's the inning.
An amazing block by Merkabau, and that brings the Crusher student body to their feet.
Oh, look, we got Cammie Beppler and Angelo Gallucci. What a beautiful couple. They both look amazing.
He's across the 50. He's across the 40. He's going to go. Don't look back. Keep going. Keep 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusher.
If you'd like to be a part of the Crusher Sports Network, contact Jesse Varga for more details.
At First Summit Bank, we're more than just bankers. We're your neighbors, your friends, your partners through every step of life. And now we're helping you enjoy even more of life's moments with First Summit Bank's First Perks. With First Perks, you'll get exclusive discounts on shopping, dining, and entertainment just for being part of our community. Car trouble? No problem. Roadside assistance is just a tap away. Because at First Summit Bank, we're always here when you need us. Wherever life takes you, First Perks goes with you. Sign up today and start enjoying the perks of better banking. First Summit Bank, your community bank.
Every 23 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Hi, I'm Matt Smith, president of the Laurel Auto Group. When my mom started the Ann Harris Smith Foundation, she said, if we can help just one woman, then we have made a difference. This year, we're asking you to help us make that difference. Please take the time to learn the symptoms of ovarian cancer. Go to ovariancancerpledge.com today. Learn the symptoms, spread the word, and take the pledge.
And we are back. The judges took a little bit of a break, a little potty break probably. And we have Johnstown on deck, getting ready. Greater Johnstown High School getting ready to come out. They've had a strong season. Good routine, a lot of difficulty. We're going to see how that's out for them today.
Yeah, these Trojans are led by Terry Mazer, 16 years as the head coach there. Assistants Jess Vance and Stephanie Straub. They have a unique situation this year. This is the first year that the school it's established a co-op with neighboring school Westmont, and they said it's going very well.
Good.
They've always had a great relationship, so the merger was just a natural thing. So great job for them to co-op with Westmont, and this team is 15 members strong, 2 seniors, 6 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 3 freshmen taking the floor here.
All right,
they were
let's
the winners.
go Trojans.
They won last year, and they placed at states last year. Their goal today is to hit and have fun. This is the team that supports the bocce ball at their school.
Oh, there you go.
I believe Richland does a pretty good job with bocce ball as well.
They have an excellent bocce ball program.
I know Timmy Ripple, their AD, is really invested in helping out.
Wow, real strong stunts in that cheer. Lots of risk involved there, putting stunts up like that. But Johnstown had no problems executing that. Inversion right up to the top to 2 feet, hitting solid. 2 groups perform a high-to-high full around. They get to their belly, and they boomerang back up to the arabesque. Solid. Cartwheel tucks, a little touchdown on that right side. Ball up to extension. Little bit of a struggle there, but they're back on pace here. These girls are so clean in their transitions. All right, nice full to the back corner there. Stunt sequence here. Full twisting switch up to stretch by 2 of them. And they waterfall down. Back to the inversion into a scale. Moving on to their pyramid here, inversion. Got the twist up to Liberty. Switch down and switch back up into immediate twist around. Inversion.
Nice
up.
job, Johnstown.
Really strong finish. Lots of difficulty in that routine. The Trojans, as I said, they won this division last year, and I know they're hoping to repeat. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, remind me, the awards that will be given out at the end of the competition.
So they'll crown a winner in the co-ed division, the 2A division, and the 3A division. And I believe that's all they announced.
Okay, I didn't know if they did an overall.
And then they announced the next 6 highest scores, I believe in no particular order.
Okay.
So just the champion is crowned at the end. That's the way it was in the past.
I would think it's probably the same. We have 3 more teams on this competition. We have Richland coming up next, Phillipsburg, Osceola, and United. all lined up out in the atrium, getting ready to come out. So,
yeah, Tim, you mentioned Richland and the bocce team. I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention that that bocce team over there is led by Chad Dorier. And Chad and I used to work together for 10 years at North Star. And man, I miss him. I still miss him. We had a great working relationship. He's one of the best humans and one of the best teachers, and he was a soccer coach, an incredible soccer coach. He stepped aside from soccer to take care of his family, but he still does the bocce, and he's fantastic. And his wife is over at Wimber. She's the special ed coordinator over at Wimber. So dynamic duo there in that family.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, this will qualify, this competition, the D6 competition will qualify 9 teams to go to the state cheerleading championships held at the First Summit Arena in Greater Johnstown on January 9th and 10th. That is a Friday and Saturday. So these teams are all vying for those positions. So out of 14 teams, 9 teams will go on to participate. So it's a coveted space to be able to go to states, and especially when they're holding it in your backyard, because you're going to have a lot more people there that you know. So it's going to be exciting. In addition to that, a lot of these teams are conditioning and working towards UCA Nationals, which will be held in Orlando, Florida at the end of July and the beginning of February, where they will compete for national championships. And as I'm looking at these teams today, there's some chances here.
Yes.
There's some chances to
Lots of talent.
to move forward. And you're right, the talent is all there.
This competition is a one-day competition, but that state competition you mentioned is 2
2
days.
days.
So you have to qualify to get to day 2.
Yeah.
So,
and if I'm remembering correctly, day 2 could be two routines in one day.
Sure.
So you would go through prelims on Friday, then on Saturday, if you didn't get enough to go straight into finals, you have to go to semifinals, which is held very early on Saturday morning. And they only take, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 teams to go into semifinals.
Yes. So, all right. Looks like the Rams are loading up there in the corner. These Richland Rams are led by 10-year veteran Jenna Ritchie, and her assistants are Casey Geyer and Courtney Benton. We have 2 seniors, 6 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 6 freshmen on this team. So, again, another young team. They won the 2A small division here at D6 championships last year, and they went on to win the 2A small state championship last year. So they are the defending state champions. Their goal here today is to hit and qualify. Their captains are Savannah Stallers and Aubrey Dunlap.
You mentioned at the competition how you have the prelims, and then if you hit well enough, you can go straight through to the finals. From a coach's perspective, obviously you always want to hit, you always want to have the perfect routine, and in a sense go straight to the finals. But as coaches, have you been in both situations, and have you seen benefits to both?
Yes.
I know in the football world right now with the college football playoff, there's a big thing. With last year, all the teams that had a bye week, which actually turned into multiple weeks, which is different than just a night and one routine. But, they weren't as successful because, they weren't necessarily competition ready and things like that. As coaches, is it based on, your specific individual team that year, how they'll perform, which one they'll, do better with, or have you seen a benefit to either more so than the other?
I've seen both, and I think a lot of it does depend on the team, and it depends on how they perform that first day.
Absolutely.
Like if they have a really bad day, they need that second day.
They want that second day.
Just to that
if
second
you hit
competition.
great, you want that momentum. Keep going. Go straight to finals
straight.
and just go.
And
but if you struggle, you would like to do it one more time before you get to finals.
And there's also that adrenaline rush when you make it to just straight to finals.
Yes.
I have to tell you, in all the years that I've been going to UCA Nationals, one of the greatest, other than winning, one of the greatest memories that I have in Florida was the first year that Bishop McCourt made it straight to finals.
Right.
And you would have thought we won Olympic gold.
Yes.
It was.
You did.
We did.
Essentially, that's
we
a
did.
big goal.
Yeah. It
for
was,
any team and program when you get down to Orlando is to go straight through. So that's a huge accomplishment.
Because they only picked two or three teams. Yeah, 2 teams.
Yeah. And Richland is another team that will be heading down to Orlando this year. They received their bid at regional.
I think Richland, Johnstown, Forest Hills,
United.
I Belfont? Is Belfont going?
I don't think so. I didn't. I
can't
could be wrong,
remember.
though.
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. But
Now, how many days do you spend down there? What's that trip kind of look like? I know I've heard the story several times, but maybe for those that don't know it, what's that kind of layout like?
I
what
can
kind of
tell you
time
from
is
our
there?
perspective, I think every team is different on how they handle things. I know that at Bishop McCourt we will go down, we will fly down, we will have we will practice every night until it's time to compete on Friday. Then on Saturday we will compete Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because we have 2 teams going. We have traditional and game day going. So we'll compete Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is their only free day. And that's when they can go to a park.
Yeah.
And that's where Jeannie can get her book and go sit by the pool and
Absolutely.
be quiet.
Now, we've been very fortunate. A lot of our girls, they've been going, or they had older sisters, so they got when they're little. So maybe they're not necessarily that shell-shocked when they get there. I guess when we first started going, especially, like I remember in 2009, the cheer team was very successful. Was there, when they first started going, like a, wow, we're down in Florida? Do you see that with maybe the first-year girls, like shock factor being there, or is it just routine to them now?
Well, there's a number of our girls that have done All-Star have gone down with either All-Star teams or the younger teams. But yeah, absolutely. There's always that. That's why
wow
when they
factor.
started instituting the state competition, it was a real game changer, I think, as far as having the girls perform in front of a very large crowd. Like we had traditionally always done local competitions, but how large is a gym? You know what I mean? And then when they opened it up to the state cheerleading championships, you were at the Giant Center, which gave you the opportunity to be really showcased in a facility unlike any other that teams have been in. So it more prepared you for what you see when you're in Florida.
Right.
Sort of stave off that shock, especially for maybe that freshman or that, that newer to the team, newer to the, mat kind of student athlete.
Well, generally, by the time you get to high school, if you're a cheerleader,
you've been on that stage.
You haven't, maybe not on the national stage, but you've been competing for a while in most cases.
Most cases.
So you're used to it, and some of the girls they thrive. They thrive in the spotlight.
Absolutely.
And you can tell the ones that do.
Confidence.
Yes, you can.
Because the ones that thrive on it will pull you in, and then you watch that one girl the entire routine.
I already see that with some of my elementary students when I go to their cheer competition. I'm like, they command a room.
Yep. All right, now we have the Richland Rams.
You're going to see some girls that are going to command your attention on this team.
Yep.
Good motions, nice crowd work there by Richland. Inversion up to the top.
Nice.
3 of them are in the air. That's excellent. Full back up. I like that little express up to change formations. Switch up to the tick. The Rams are putting a great routine together out there. Nice standing tumbling. They're running tumbling. Moving into another stunt section here. Full twisting switch up. Nice little leapfrog transition.
I like that.
Back to another boomerang transition. And rewind down. Lost that middle stunt. You know that's the one that always hits, right?
I know. It's when it happens.
Yep. See what they do here with their ending pyramid. The inversion up to the arabesque. tick and switch back up.
A little bit
Great.
of a stumble. They've kept the energy,
Great
though.
save by that prep flyer.
Yeah, that's one of those decision things.
Yep. Back tack right to the top.
You can tell a lot of confidence.
Yeah, excellent routine
Good
by
job.
Richland.
Good job, Richland.
Now I'm going to make a stretch here on my cheer knowledge, but I think I have a terminology that I might have right.
Okay,
when
let's see.
they don't, or maybe they don't necessarily have the skills to do the flipper, that stunt, when they sort of tuck down, is that called a nugget, or what is that called? Whenever you see them tuck down, they're not able to do the cartwheel or something like that, and
yeah,
they sort of tuck down and they walk through.
Sometimes people call that a nugget position,
that?
yeah. Whenever they,
I told you it was a stretch.
They touch, like they'll go down the ground and touch their fists, or they.
Now, is that so they're not blocking the view of maybe the performance behind
There
them?
could be different reasons. It could be a choreographed reason for timing to give it the look of that she actually did it, to blend in. Or it could be that she was injured and just can't do that skill that day.
Okay. Because I've seen it where you have those groups and they do that and they travel the mat in that tucked down position.
Trying to be trying to sort
Incognito
of
mode.
incognito.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a choreographed.
It's definitely less noticeable than if they were just running across the back of the mat.
It'd be distracting to the.
Okay, now we have Phillipsburg, Osceola, the Mounties.
Phillipsburg Osceola is led by Mary Slagoski. Jeannie, I had an opportunity to talk with her earlier. She was a 34-year veteran, and I had to ask. I said, how do you keep doing it for 34 years? And she said, the love of cheer is what keeps her going.
Yeah.
I mean, just the.
When you look through it, and you've been talking about all the coaches and how long, the tenure of these coaches that have been coaching for many, many years, I don't think that, you and I know because we coach, but I don't think that people understand the amount of time and energy that goes into coaching. So she's right. You have to love the kids and you have to love the sport.
Right. And you love, like I said, you love what the kids get out of it.
Oh.
And I mean, in all sports and student athletes are, there's so many life skills to take with you and that are invaluable lessons. I know many of my athletes from my gym that go on to go in college, they say that whenever they get to college that they're bored.
Yeah.
It's so easy because their time management is so good that they have been juggling school cheer and all-star cheer and sports and games. They get to college and it's like, we got this. I got this.
Well, it's one of the things that I think you'll agree with me. You don't realize how much you impact the life of your athletes until later.
Yeah.
When you're invited to their wedding, when you get an invitation to their baby shower, and when they actually say to you, you don't understand what an impact this had on my life.
Right. I know one of my former athletes is listening. In fact, she had sent me a text saying how we're doing a wonderful job. Actually, Tim, she said you need to do a little better.
Well, she's right.
No,
She's completely fair. I'm going to have to listen to this back. I'm going to have to take
She was one of your students.
I think she was one of your students and just jabbing you. So, her and I have a storied past, and now we have an incredible love and understanding for each other.
Absolutely.
And she knew that all those years of me pushing her and yelling at her came from a place of love and not,
Absolutely.
It's one of the greatest
else.
feelings in the world, and it's what keeps you coaching, Even as coaches, just like athletes, you have those days where, you might be questioning, and then it's like the kids know. They come through and they reach out 3 years later and they say, hey, do you remember this? Well, I really appreciate this. I appreciate that. And, they bring you back into it just as much as you're bringing them there.
And you never know, those messages sometimes come at the best time. Sometimes it's been a rough week or a rough time and you get that message and you're like, yeah.
Their timing.
That's
it's
why
a natural, special
that's why
timing.
Yeah, so when you see these coaches that are coaching, and Tracy, you've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you see these coaches that have put in 10, 20, 30, almost 40 years doing this, and you think, good Lord, how do you have the energy? And it comes from a love of the sport and a love of the athletes.
Love of the sport, and then the athletes. The athletes keep you coming back. They bring it back, and it becomes a part of your life. You can't imagine your life without. I can't imagine my life without being on a sideline. I'm sure you can't imagine life without these mats and these competitions. It's special.
Yeah. been a great day so far here at Altoona Area High School. I wonder if the snow has started to fall in Johnstown.
The radar doesn't look beautiful, but we'll probably have to get our feet on the ground. Maybe we ask Mr. DeFazio. He might be able to be a source for us on that one.
You know Mr. D, he's going from sport to sport to sport.
That's true.
So Lord knows he may be done with us by now.
Well, Mr. Hornick, you just made Lacey's odds day by asking about that nugget question. Lacey's very familiar with what a nugget is.
Like I said, I'm learning the terminology.
That's right. Up until today, Tim thought it was an alternative at the McDonald's store.
4-piece, 5-piece, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll tell both of you all about fire zones and inside zones. And I'll tell you everything you need to know about man coverage and combos. But the nuggets, the tucks, the twists, some of these words.
Stunt groups.
I'm taking notes to look up later. I'll have to, like I said, I'm going to coach myself. I'm going to have to watch the stream back, take notes, and get a dictionary to try and learn this cheer world.
Well, and just like Western Pennsylvania language and lingo, cheerleading also has language and lingo across the country. So some people call some skills one thing, some people call it another thing. Just that load-in position, some people call it a squish, a smush, a scrunch. Depends on where you came up through.
But you have that in all sports. You have your West Coast terminologies, your Midwest terminologies, your East Coast, and one thing can have 15 different names. And I see it all the time at a coaching clinic. You talk about something, and once you draw it up, they're like, oh, well, we call it this, and 15 people in the room know exactly what you're talking about. Once you're on the same page with that terminology.
Yep. So this Phillipsburg Osceola that's coming out next is going to bring 10 team members to the mat. This is a lot like the Forest Hills team earlier. 1 senior, 1 junior, and 5 sophomores and 3 freshmen. So they said that they're reloading this year, and their goal today is hit the new skills that they added. So I know they're excited to put those skills out on the mat. And Coach Mary and her assistant, Sam Potter, are leading this team today at the District 6 Championship.
They've been a coaching team for a long time, too.
Yeah. Dynamic duo. We got to talking, and we didn't realize that we've been running in the same circles for many years, Mary and I. But she's also in the all-star world, and
well, you know what? When you're in the cheer world, you end up knowing people. Like even when we go to Florida, there'll be people that work for UCA that'll, well, this is my 23rd, 24th year.
Is it really?
I know, I don't look that old.
It's impressive for someone that's only 29.
Thank you. Oh, Tim Hornick getting a gold star for the day.
Wow. That was deep.
Yeah, I actually started coaching Lacey Ott's senior year.
Wow. And how Lacey's so like, wait a minute, stop. That's not
she's
true.
She's young.
She's young.
Oh, yep.
That's awesome. Wow, time flies.
I know, really? Wouldn't trade 1 minute of it.
Yeah.
The coaching communities are special. You see people like if you're going to Florida once a year, and yet it's every year, so you really know each other, and you pick right back up.
Absolutely. All right, let's hear it for the Mounties from Phillipsburg, Osceola.
Looks like they're going to start with their cheer here. Really easy to follow cheer here. That's what the judges like to see. They got the pom-poms and the megaphones out there leading the crowd. Now the signs. Double toe touch, followed by a front hurdler. So that's a required portion of the routine. You have to jump in during the music. Setting into their stunt here. Got a half up to extension. Little struggle. Let's get it back here.
They're getting right back in sync, though.
Setting up for their pyramid section here. Got to switch up to lib.
Ooh. A little bit of trouble in that pyramid.
They're still having fun in that dance section.
A lot of crowd support now. You like to see that, too. Help build the confidence back up.
Get back into their pyramid section here. Great support by that prep. Back up to Liberty. Good finish for the
Good job
Mounties,
finishing
yes.
strong. Great job finishing strong.
All right, and we're heading into our last team of the day.
This will be the United Lions coming up next. They will be in the 2A division. So again, we have teams competing here in the co-ed division. That would be Bellefonte was our only co-ed team here at the District 6 Championship. And then competing in the 3A division, we had Altoona, State College, Mifflin County, and Johnstown. So one of those teams will receive an automatic bid to the PIAA State Championship. And then in the 2A division, we have Bishop McCourt, Purchase Line, Bellwood Annis, Forest Hills, River Valley, Marion Center, Phillipsburg, Osceola, Richland, and then United here to come. And one of those teams will be receiving an automatic bid for their first place finish in the 2A division. And then 6 teams, regardless of division, for high score will receive the next 6 bids to the PIAA State Championship. And that's going to be held when, Jeannie?
It will be held on Friday and Saturday, January 9th and 10th at the First Summit Arena in Greater Johnstown.
Napoleon Street.
Right on Napoleon Street. I'll tell you what, it's a great place to watch cheerleading.
I love it.
I love that it's not bench seats, so when you're in there for hours, it doesn't kill you.
I've heard people say that about some competitions that are on bleachers, and it's a little uncomfortable after hours of sitting.
As you get older.
That's right.
I need to get one of those bleacher seats.
Yes, so that, they do have that seating, and then.
Yeah. And there's not a bad seat.
No, you're not in Peanutville or Peanut Heaven.
Good.
It's every seat's a good seat in there.
Good.
So the Lions are back there. They got a great cheerleading. This team is a small 2A team led by Jenny Chorney, 15 years over there at United, and her assistants are Jocelyn Hudson, Teresa Berry, and Mariah Hayes, and their captains, Brianna Cessna, Emma Lonsky, and Isabella Hood. Their goal today is hit clean and get a bid. They're a non-tumbling team, so they are entering into this tumbling division and seeing how they do. Whenever they go to Florida, they participate in the non-tumbling division, but PIAA does not offer that.
Right.
So they do have to, we'll see if they're going to add some tumbling to their routine
It'll
today.
be interesting to see how that scores out.
We haven't seen that this year.
Because there is scores for tumbling.
Absolutely. And they're going to bring 2 seniors, 3 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 2 freshmen to the floor. And, last year they placed 3rd at the PIAA State Championship in 2A.
Oh, good.
So
it'll be exciting to see. I've seen them a couple times this year. They put on a nice show.
Yeah, very strong cheer team.
I often wonder if they're ever going to move game day into PIAA. Interesting thought, huh?
Yeah.
How long has game day been around? Because we just started that at McCourt a few years ago, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Well, it's been longer than you think, but I think
it's starting to gain momentum with it was just in the varsity. Now it's moving down into the rec division and more schools. I know Richland added a rec team this year for their younger kids. Johnstown did a rec team for their younger kids.
Yep. McCourt has a rec team for the
Forest Hills. So I think that game day division for those younger kids I think it really builds those foundation
And
skills.
the one thing I can say for Bishop McCourt is what I feel like the game day has done for us is it's made us very much better game cheerleaders.
Game cheerleaders,
Like,
yes.
you know what I mean? Like when they're cheering a basketball game or a football game, there's other 15, 20 years ago they weren't the same cheerleaders that they are now.
Right.
But so
I agree with that. It's not the athleticism of the traditional, but there's a lot to be said for that. Yeah,
it's fun to watch. Totally different genre of what you're looking for.
You're looking for band cheers and signs and crowd leading and rallying and all that hoopla.
Being clean, sharp motions, timing. Timing is everything.
Yeah,
so
it's not about stunts and tumbling.
And I do think because we've added game day that it has helped our game day sports cheering.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I think that
that portion of the traditional routine.
But it has also done a lot for the traditional routine.
Yeah.
Like the timing seems to be better. They understand it a little bit better. So I think that game day's done a lot to help.
Well, this United team does a very good game day.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so this will be their traditional routine, and they are our final team competing here at the District 6 Championship.
And we will stay on till they announce the winners.
The winners, yeah.
We'll probably do some commercials and stuff in between while they're tabulating scores, so you don't have to listen to us jabber.
You know they want
15, 20. I know.
Do we know how many people are out there listening, Tim?
Let me look into it. Don't expect a quick answer.
Okay, he's got to do some
his research. I'd like to give a shout out to the person furthest away.
Well, I know earlier we had someone from the Bronx. It looks like right now we've had 130 unique viewers. We have over 1,000 total views. We have a couple unknown regions and cities, but we have listeners from New York, Minnesota, Georgia, Texas,
Seattle,
Washington, some Florida, and even Wisconsin. So a lot of outreach out there.
And that's the purpose of this event, is to reach those people that, you know, I can't make it to Altoona for a day, that can watch and support.
And then you have those young alumni cheerleaders that maybe they've gone on, they've traveled for college, they're across the country, but, you know, like you've mentioned several times, the way the cheer world works, you guys have been cheerleading since you were littles for so long, so you build that immense pride in your program, and you care about it when you've moved on. So, you know, you might be in college in Florida, you might be in college in Georgia, but you're still going to be checking in. I know we've recently had cheerleaders go down to USF and West Georgia from McCourt, and I'd imagine they're probably some of those viewers.
Yeah. I would hope so. Shout out to Delilah in Georgia.
You down there listening in Georgia? Well, they'd be coming on break, but both of those are cheering competitively, and their teams are going on to nationals. So I don't know how long their break's actually going to be.
I know they don't. Hey, when you're an athlete, you don't get the same breaks as everybody else.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I know Delilah in Georgia always popped in my classroom and told me they were going to join the coaching staff for football, but they never really nailed our fundamentals of 10, 11, 20 personnel and things like that.
I think they should try the tennis coaching route, right?
Yeah.
They played tennis for a stint.
They did. I think it's all, you know, I used to work in college admissions, and I think it's cyclical whenever you look at the areas. There's a cycle right now where high school students are looking to travel again and go to those bigger universities and get out of state. For a while, there was a trend where a lot of people stayed local. So, you know, your Pennsylvania kids were going to your Penn State Altoonas, your St. Francis's, your IUPs. And now I know we've had several students going on and traveling to further states.
Yeah. All right, here we go. United Lions on the mat.
Unite. We are ready. You could see that game day experience when they took the mat there, Jeannie. That rallying and getting the crowd ready.
Shout out to the music players.
Yeah, they're going to. The most nerve-wracking job in competition. They got some tumbling there. Beautiful layout down the middle. Got inversion up to prep level there. And a half up to extension. Solid. Very clean. Inversion up to the top. Excellent switch. There you go. They mixed in some back walkovers, some forward rolls with the standing tug.
Yeah.
Cartwheel back walkovers there. Inversion up to prep level. And a rewind down. Lots of control on those stunts. Pyramid section here. They got a full up to the top. Looks like we're moving into the cheer.
Nice use of megaphones.
I was just thinking that in my head. I am a megaphone fan. And they use them in so many different ways, from the slams, the slaps, to the screaming into it. I like it. It draws your attention.
The dance section there with a jump, toe touch pike. They got some of the tightest motions in the competition today. Inversion up to the top. Followed by that front flip. Really solid routine by United out there.
Good job.
Great job. I love the non-tumbling team venturing into this tumbling arena.
Now that finish, they seemed like they spent more time waving and everything at the end. Do you think that comes from their game day routine?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And
So a little more natural to them on that one, whereas the other ones, other teams, they have their traditional and their game day a little more separate.
Even when you saw them run on, as Tracy said, when you saw them run onto the mat, that was a game day run on, and it was
lots of confidence, lots of energy. Well, we're going to be waiting here for the break while they tally up the scores.
And we'll watch the girls dance in a little bit, but until then, maybe we could...
Is that where that cheer clap song comes
Yeah,
in?
we're going to do the cheer clap and the Cotton Eye Joe.
Church clap.
All that.
Yeah,
I called the cheer clap. Cotton Eye Joe.
He called it cheer clap.
Oh,
is that what it is?
It's church clap.
Cheer clap.
Same difference.
Nugget. Here we go. We're going to take a couple breaks from the Crusher Sports Network. We will be back with the results from the District 6 Competitive Spirit Championship.
At First Summit Bank, we're more than just bankers. We're your neighbors, your friends, your partners through every step of life. And now we're helping you enjoy even more of life's moments with First Summit Bank's First Perks. With First Perks, you'll get exclusive discounts on shopping, dining, and entertainment just for being part of our community. Car trouble? No problem. Roadside assistance is just a tap away. Because at First Summit Bank, we're always here when you need us. Wherever life takes you, First Perks goes with you. Sign up today and start enjoying the perks of better banking. First Summit Bank, your community bank.
At Mission Critical Solutions, we're not just about metal. We're about precision, innovation, and excellence. From welding and machining to custom fabrication, our expert team ensures every detail meets the highest standards. What truly sets us apart are our specialty services, expert project management, streamlined supply chain solutions, and rigorous quality engineering. Mission Critical Solutions, where exceptional metalwork meets unparalleled expertise. Transform your vision into reality. Contact us today.
No matter the season, we're always in full swing. When it comes to cutting-edge orthopedics and sports medicine, Conema Health System is your winning team. This all-star team is scrubbed and ready all year round. Whether you're sidelined by a sports injury, undergoing surgery, or dealing with a traumatic injury, Conema's team will get you back in the game. From life-saving trauma care to advanced orthopedic procedures, we're here to get you back to your best, no matter what life throws your way. Our MVPs, our surgeons, performing at their peak when every second counts. And our playmakers, those who make the valuable assists, our practitioners, our nurses, and our staff, ensuring you get the best care and stay on track toward your optimal recovery. When your health and mobility are on the line, we provide championship-level care because your health is our victory.
At the Laurel Auto Group, we're proud to give you more with the Laurel Advantage. Every new and pre-owned vehicle comes with our complimentary lifetime powertrain protection, windshield repair, paintless dent repair, key fob coverage, and now road hazard tire repair. Potholes, nails, unexpected blowouts, we've got you covered. More convenience, more coverage, more reasons to choose the Laurel Auto Group. Visit us at any one of our 7 locations or at laurelautogroup.com.
Hi guys, how are you? Experience quality dental care at Family Dental Center. For over 33 years, Dr. John Walker has proudly served the Johnstown area and now welcomes Dr. Jesse Cooper to the practice. Together, they offer gentle, comprehensive care for every member of your family. Bright, confident smiles start here. Call today for your appointment. Family Dental Center, 307 State Street in Southmont.
The Crushers have just entered the 5th local eatery and ale house, Red Zone.
3rd down and 10. Big sequence here with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Faribault back to pass. He's going deep, and it's caught by number 8 for Bishop McCourt. Touchdown! Butler is after Yatsky, and he takes Yatsky and takes him to the mat.
Yes, it's a strike, and that's the inning.
An amazing block by Berkebau, and that brings the Crusher student body to their feet.
Oh, look, we got Cammy Bepler and Angelo Gallucci. What a beautiful couple. They both look amazing.
He's across the 50. He's across the 40. He's going to go. Don't look back. Keep going. Keep 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusher.
If you'd like to be a part of the Crusher Sports Network, contact Jesse Varga for more details.
Here at the 5th local ale house and eatery, we're
For over a century, Thomas Automotive has been redefining the car buying experience. One person, from start to finish, you'll work with the same person with no transitions or turnovers. Upfront pricing. All of our vehicles are clearly marked with their best upfront price. Commission-free sales team. Our salespeople are not paid on the price you pay. Our team works for you, not a commission. Transparency in everything we do. Buy with confidence, drive with confidence. Thomas Automotive.
Did you know that a single program has the potential to transform the way Bishop McCourt Catholic Academy is funded? The Educational Improvement Tax Credit, or EITC program, was designed to give people like you a powerful way to redirect the taxes you already owe into scholarships for our local students. We all have to pay taxes. Let us help you turn yours into something extraordinary. It's simple, it's easy, and it's impactful. Sign up today to turn your tax dollars into scholarships by visiting Redefine's website at www.redefiningeducation.org.
And we are back, and the dancing has started.
Oh, we are kicking things off with the Cotton Eye Joe. It's not a cheer competition
Without
unless
without
we do the Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on at Bishop McCourt High School over the next few weeks. You know, it's the holiday season, so whoop-dee-doo.
I have no pitcher. I join in.
Yeah, me neither.
So we have, as I mentioned before, on Monday night at 6 o'clock in the Guzzi Performing Arts Center, we have our annual BMCA, Bishop McCourt Catholic Academy, Christmas concert, which will include our elementary through our high school chorus, band, orchestra, and the dance ensemble students will be performing.
You have a dance ensemble at McCourt?
We have dance classes now. Eden Eyring, who is a McCourt alum, teaches. She's also the executive director of the Johnstown Concert Ballet. She teaches dance classes at McCourt as part
what
of the
a great
curriculum.
resource. Wow.
It really is. So if you're not doing anything, it's going to be a great show. Tim, it's right, 2nd through 12th grade?
2nd through 12th grade.
So you get to watch the little kiddos, and hopefully they'll be having a lot of fun, and you can get some video of some doing some funny things.
And there's some really impressive talent down there.
Yes,
Our kids,
there
they're
is.
constantly there. They go down regularly to the high school for chorale practices. They practice their strings throughout the week, every single week at the elementary school during their day. So it's awesome seeing those fine art talents. And then while you're down there for the concert, you're actually going to see, we put it up yesterday, along the chapel windows as well as on the windowsills in the lobby. We have art featured from our Bishop McCourt Catholic Elementary East Campus.
Yeah, so that'll be Monday night at 6 o'clock at the high school. Tuesday we have a number of sporting events. Monday night we have our basketball team, boys basketball team, will be traveling to Bedford. And I'm doing this all on memory, so if I miss
impressive. This is the week of the glance
if
right
I
now.
miss anyone, I'm so sorry. Tuesday we have I know we have ice hockey going on. That I believe they're playing Cathedral Prep at the First Summit Arena. I believe the start is at 5:50, if I'm correct. Then we also have wrestling, Greater Johnstown at the high school. The wrestling team will be doing Greater Johnstown at the high school. Wednesday, we have the band, chorus, and orchestra will be doing the Around the Town tour. They'll take it on a school bus and drive to their local nursing homes and do programs for those residents, which is always heartwarming. The other thing that's happening at the high school this week is we will be finalizing our family Christmas. Each year, Bishop McCourt does family Christmas. Each homeroom adopts a family, and they collect money and buy Christmas presents for that family. On Wednesday, they will have the last wrapping. They'll be wrapping, and I don't mean the boom wrapping.
They might do that too.
They may do
the
that.
WRAPP.
There's several kids that think that's their career. I'd say no, but
God bless
nothing wrong
them.
with that.
And then Wednesday is the pickup, where we will actually be delivering the Christmas gifts wrapped to the families that each homeroom has adopted. It's a great program. We've done it every year. It's wonderful. Then Thursday, I know that there's sporting events going on that are not hitting my head right now. But on Friday is a half day at the Bishop McCourt High School and at the elementary school, I believe.
yes, one of the best days of the year at the high school for sure.
It
And the elementary
is.
will be a blast. At the elementary, we just had Santa Claus. Actually, we had a big visitor yesterday. He came through on this past Friday, and then next Friday we will have our Christmas parties. So Thursday will be our elementary concert in-house, and then followed by Christmas parties, lunch, and an early dismissal. And then the high school, I know you have a big shebang going on up there.
So we'll start our half day Friday with our Christmas Mass,
Yes.
which is always so beautiful.
Yes.
And our priest will come in and do that Mass, and it'll get you ready for the holiday season. After Mass, we have the great Bishop McCourt Christmas giveaway.
Oh, the giveaway is awesome.
We have all of our students assembled in the auditorium. We invite our alumni back to take part in that as well. And we give away hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of gift cards to classes throughout the school and alumni and faculty and staff.
Faculty and staff as well. I won some cookies the other year. Baco's never won, so
I've never won. So this is my year.
This is it. This is your year, Jeannie.
It's either going to be I'm going to win the great Christmas giveaway next Friday or the $1 billion Powerball tonight.
Oh,
I'm sure you'd rather have the Christmas giveaway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got it.
Hands down.
The Christmas giveaway is an awesome, awesome day. It's been going on for at least 2 decades at Bishop McCourt. I remember doing it as a student. Yeah, and it's not just gift cards. They do so many other cool things. You can win a yearbook. I won prom tickets my senior year, and as a high school student and working, that was a massive break for me winning those prom tickets. I was very fortunate at that. So the kids get excited, they get involved, and that's another way where we feature our fine arts programs as well. The students, they get up there, and throughout the program, the kids will sing, they will dance, they will put on performances for their classmates. The classmates, they're also busy. They're at basketball games, wrestling matches, and things like that. They might not get to come to the concerts all the time or see their peers perform, and that's an opportunity for those kids to showcase their talents for their peers. And it's one of the greatest events we do every year, and I know the kids are really appreciative of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So those are the goings on.
Wow, Jeannie, that was so impressive. I'm like getting out my calendar looking like I don't know what I have tomorrow.
Well, I do a weekly calendar for the school.
Yep,
so
the week at a glance.
You have a little bit of a cheat.
I have a little bit of a cheat sheet. I didn't remember a lot of the stuff at the end of the week, but it's actually one of the greatest weeks we have at Bishop McCourt.
Yeah, then
so
when,
I'm really
when do you guys
excited.
go on your break at McCourt then?
We're
That day it begins,
Friday.
and we're
Friday.
there till January 5th.
Oh,
We got a good break there.
Long
Yeah.
extended break this
Long
year.
extended break. We're very happy about that.
That's
of
nice.
course, I'll be there, but
Yeah.
call me.
You got to hold the fort down while everybody's gone, right?
Yeah. But you know what? It's a great time, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
And I'll
So
say again about the Family Christmas Project. That program, again, has been going on for several decades. I did that myself as a student. I'm very fortunate to be a 2011 graduate. My older siblings, I have a sister, she's a 2002 graduate, not to age her, she's the oldest one. She also participated in that program. And yeah, it's something that the kids, you don't necessarily realize it always as a freshman, but by your senior year, you've recognized the change and the difference you've made in the community, because the National Guard used to come and pick it up. You're carrying those boxes out, you're dropping them off, and you're reading the descriptions of these families, and it might be someone your age. It's a 17-year-old boy you're helping out with getting them jeans. You're
Right.
wrapping those gifts. I usually put stuff in gift bags because I can't wrap. But I remember, you're getting the toys for the little ones. You're helping those families out, and it makes you so much more appreciative of the things that you have, and you don't realize how meaningful those things are. So for these high school kids for decades now, each class, each homeroom, they take on a family. The faculty and staff take on a family. So there are a dozen families in our local area that Christmas is a little bit brighter, and life is a little bit easier on those parents that are trying to do everything they can for their kids. And it's just that little bit of help goes such a long way, and the kids recognize the effect it has, and I think it helps shape our kids, to go on so that whenever they go into the real world or they go into college, they want to continue doing service. Service doesn't stop with the service hour requirements. It becomes a part of life.
And that's one of the things about the holidays that you have to really appreciate, the fact of giving it forward, and this is a season of giving. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that our SRO, Chaz Cipher,
awesome.
puts together the First Responders Christmas shopping tour every year with the Johnstown Police Department, the Johnstown Fire Department, and the CERT team out of Cambria County. And I was fortunate enough to volunteer this year for that. They took over 220 young people to Walmart shopping for Christmas last Wednesday. It was a very long night at the Walmart store, but I have to tell you, it was one of the most fulfilling evenings that I've ever had. I am in for the duration of that program. It was amazing. So if you own
school resource officer?
Our school resource officer, SRO. Anyway, if you own a business or have the ability to donate to that program, it's a great program.
And what's that program again, Jeannie?
It is the First Responders Christmas Shopping Program.
That's not the same as Shop with
It's
a
not
Cause.
the same. It's
Okay,
two
so
different programs. Both do the same great thing.
Right.
Yeah. I was just volunteering for that.
First responders. That's fantastic.
All right, let's talk a little cheerleading, because let's hope that the scores come out pretty soon. So, so as we mentioned, these 14 teams have all competed today with the hopes of gaining a bid to the state cheerleading competitive spirit competition that will be held Friday and Saturday, January 9th and 10th at the First Summit Arena in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Great competition today, Tracy. What do you think?
Great competition today. No injuries on the mat.
No injuries.
No puking.
Nobody was sick. It was amazing.
Puking happens
all the time.
Oh, goodness.
So none of that happened. It was a very safe and successful competition. Some teams had a hit zero performance, some teams did not, but overall I think every team represented their school very well today, and should be proud of the product that they put out there on the floor.
Product that they put on the mat, but also the sportsmanship that we saw that was evident in this gym today. The fact that every team, no matter how good or how struggling they were on the side of the mat cheering on their sisters.
Yes, absolutely.
It was a great program.
definitely something that you like to see from, as a spectator looking on, and it was recognized and noticed. Right away. Tim as a non-cheerleading, person, recognized that right away, and that's the good things that you want to see.
Yeah, and they're good kids. They're good kids, and it's funny because this is usually the dance potion that DJ
Hawk
Hawk
turned it into.
He's turned it into a.
We've got some thunder.
Yeah, we got AC/DC going on.
The state cheerleaders in the back are.
They're not afraid.
Dance show though.
They're not afraid of the.
I feel like it's a TikTok filming session kind of time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that always cracks me up. When you see girls and all of a sudden they're looking at a wall
in the middle
and
of
they're
hall.
dancing, I'm like, what are you doing?
I worry about the number of TikToks I'm in the background of.
Oh, I try to be in the background, Tim. I don't know about you, but I always try to make a cameo when I see kids doing it.
I'm camera shy. I'm more of a voice of the radio kind of guy.
Yeah.
You walk through the lobbies at a basketball game, and I look, and my elementary kids are there last night, and I know they're filming a TikTok, but I got to go through that hallway.
Yes.
I'm like, oh man.
And it's funny because it's not the high school only.
No,
like
it's everybody and anybody.
Little kids, and they know these songs
routine dances. Yeah.
If I see the Fate of Ophelia one more time somewhere.
Now, see, I don't have the TikTok app. I have the Instagram Reels, but I don't have the TikTok app, so I don't know all the dances. But I know that I sigh every time I see them.
Well, right now it's that Taylor Swift Fate of Ophelia that everybody's dancing to.
I'm not a TikToker.
I do Reels and I do Instagram. I'll watch that stuff.
I am old school Facebook.
Well,
kick it back to MySpace.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm anxious to see how this all turns out. We have sort of our idea, but we're not going to let that out.
We would,
but
you just never know.
If we were judges.
If we were
judges, but we're not, and we won't be.
Yeah.
But this is always a nervous time for coaches. Are they going to get a bid, or aren't they going to get to go on to states? So.
You said we had 14 teams here today. How many are getting bids? 9? 9.
So we got 5 that will unfortunately not be moving on.
So every district around the state holds their own district championship, and every district will be sending teams to the PIAA Competitive Spirit Championship in Johnstown, and then they will compete on Friday, and a few lucky teams will move on to Saturday, and they will be crowning champions in various divisions at the PIAA Competitive Spirit Championship.
And you know what? It's funny because as long as I've been coaching, some of these songs have transcended time.
They sure have.
They've been dancing to this song since 2008.
Oh, yeah.
I remember listening to this song on the way to practice.
I know.
Party in the USA played earlier. Yeah. That's my song.
Oh, boy.
Some kids say this is the best part of competition.
Well, the pressure's off now. It's done. You got to kill some time for the anticipation, and now you have fun with your friends. They're circled up, they're together, they're in their groups. You call them sisters, they're with their sisters, and it's just you can breathe now.
Yes.
Yeah. I think all the girls out there have a lot to be proud of. I think every group, you said it earlier, even if they didn't hit their goal, they got better today, and they had an opportunity to get better. They took that, and they'll continue to get better. You can use what you did today to tweak and improve for your next one, and continue on your competition.
I always say you never lose, you learn, right?
Well, the good news is, as I'm looking at my Ring camera in Richland, it is not snowing.
Okay.
And I looked at the Weather Channel, and the snow's not supposed to roll into Richland until 2:30 and Altoona until 3 o'clock. So we have a window here. So we're going to be okay.
I'm not going home without visiting Texas Roadhouse.
That's the right decision.
Smart decision.
And maybe a few shopping establishments.
I agree.
Get some Christmas shopping out of the
Hobby
way.
Stop out here.
And I am proud to say, I believe that I am like 99% done with my shopping.
And I believe I haven't started.
I'm with you.
Boy.
I got nieces and nephews, and I got to get the gifts going.
Yeah.
I thrive under pressure. I can't start too early because then I hem all and I debate.
You got to do it last minute.
You go do it last minute. You have no choice.
Yeah.
You get this or you get nothing.
Yeah.
And that's how I operate.
But I find when I wait too long, I then just go in and pick anything.
Yes.
Like I'm just there to get the gift, and it has no. then I go to gift cards, which I prefer to people to give me gift cards.
Yeah.
Because then I know I can give them something I want.
Right now, my nieces and nephews are so young, I can get them a bag of sandwich bags, and they'll
Yes.
use it as a toy,
And
Tupperware.
what a great gift that would be.
Right, absolutely.
Fantastic.
I'm actually looking at our viewership here. We're up to 135 unique viewers with 1,250 total views for the day. So everyone that's listening, we appreciate you listening.
Yes.
You know, the states don't look like they've necessarily changed. I know I got a message from Rose Long, a McCourt alum. She's one of our Florida viewers.
Oh, nice.
Former
Hi,
McCourt
Rose.
cheerleader.
Yes. Hi, Rose. Thanks for tuning in. So let's talk a little bit about UCA Nationals since we've gone through the state thing. There have been some changes to UCA Nationals this year. They've now split the D1 and D2 schools into 2 separate weekends. And whether you're a Division I or Division II depends on your school enrollment. And I believe the number is $13.99 that you have to be under to be a D2, which there's very few schools in our region that are over that. But of course, when you get into the metropolitan areas like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, then you're getting into those heavier school districts. And a lot of the school districts down south, I think, are consolidated into larger school districts.
6 high schools in the school district.
And I believe, and I could be wrong in this, but I think that they also added bands or something like that.
To the
game day portion. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but yeah, they're trying to promote that is a event with the game day cheer, that you get your band involved. And
I love a good high school marching band. It adds so much to the. Gina, you remember?
I was in the marching band when I was in high school.
That's what was your performance?
You would think that I was a cheerleader, but I wasn't. I was in the front. I spun a rifle.
Okay, and then I know we have another Mrs. Newcomer at Bishop McCourt. She was in the band. I had 2 older sisters in McCourt band. McCourt's band used to travel to Florida on a regular basis. I remember my sisters selling candy bars that I may or may not have ate and never paid for, and made my mom a little unhappy so that they could travel down to Florida on a bus to perform as a band. I think a high school marching band just adds so much to an atmosphere, and then you bring them in as a pep band for a basketball game. I love it.
You know, this is the usual for those that are watching, when you have to wait for the judges to tabulate everything, and you wonder, like, they have the scores.
Bring them on out.
Bring them on out.
Bring them on out. There might be maybe a tie or something that they're discussing. Being in the band, in my sports media and leadership class, I have a lot of athletic-minded kids that are in that class. And obviously not all athletes are going to go on to be D1 athletes, but there's so many ways to be involved in a D1 sport. You could go to all those games in the band, and you're right there in at the game
as a cheerleader,
as the person that's an athletic trainer.
You can be a sports information director, physical therapist, athletic training. There's so many ways to keep sports in your life.
Well, it's interesting because I remember talking, this was probably years ago, I was talking to one of the college coaches when we were in nationals. And, I was like, are the guys that you have on your college team, do they come here as called to, and at that time, it wasn't big in high school. And he said, well, sometimes I'll just go into the weight room, and if there's guys that I know that can do it, and I know that they're not going to be on the football team, and they're not going to be playing in this, I'll say, hey, you want to do this? And they'll be like, yeah,
why not?
Yeah, yep. But yeah, we've been pretty fortunate in this area with the number of cheerleaders from all the schools that have gone on to cheer at D1 universities throughout the nation. So again, it's a tried and true example of what we've got here.
Yeah, absolute testament.
I don't see anybody coming with medals and stuff.
I don't either, Jeannie.
Well, you got to build up the anticipation. Can you they have us on the edge of our seat.
Molly's got something in her hand.
There she goes. She's got them.
She's got the goods.
Molly Hoover walking up the back.
Is walking with the
results. With the folders. The results.
That's
all right.
She was extremely hospitable to us as well today. So another shout out to her. When we got here, she was extremely welcoming. Asked us if we needed anything.
Lady.
Set us up very well.
I wonder.
Our 2A champion. Give it up for
your 2A champion with an automatic bid to the PIAA Competitive Spirit. Go Rangers.
Yep, nice job. You did a really nice job today.
And Mifflin County is your 3A champion. Moving on with an automatic bid to the PIAA Competitive Spirit Championship. And our co-ed champion is Belfont.
Yep.
They were the only team, but they did a great
did
job.
A nice job.
They deserved that bid. 6 teams.
All right, you announce them as he announces them.
Bishop McCourt heading to the PIAA Championship. Greater Johnstown, they're in. State College, congratulations. And Altoona is moving on.
That's that reaction, that energy, that pure joy. That's awesome. I believe that was the Richland Rams.
Richland? United. Richland and United rounded out those 6, receiving the bid to the PIAA Competitive Spirit Championship.
Congratulations to every team moving on.
To everyone.
Everyone that performed today, they all did an excellent job, a lot to be proud of.
Yes.
All right, well, as we finish up our thing, I want to thank Tracy Coons for helping us out. Hopefully you'll come back and do this again with us next year.
I would be
or
honored. It was a
another one.
blast.
Tim, always a pleasure to have you on board, and thank you so much for the setup. Be safe. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. God bless you all, and we'll see you the next time on the Crusher Sports Network.